What's this?
I feel like I'm in a video game.
You are in a video game. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, Justin? Let's see, is this working? Yeah.
Are we live?
We are.
Oh,
Yeah.
groovy.
Here, let me.
There we go.
Why is that my webcam not? It's infinite Jesses. Alright, let's see. Let me turn this on. Okay, mute music, and then. Oh, he's got to restart. Okay, that's fine. One sec. Let me start the stage. Here we go. Cool.
I love the golden hour. It's genius.
Yes. Oh, the mic needs to be on. One sec. That's why this needs to be on. Oh, see, there's so many things for this.
So many.
Okay, there we go. Now we have audio. All right, now we have audio. All right, let me turn on this camera. Good. Let's share this screen. Application. Where is it? Cool. Yes. Okay, we got the chat open. There we go. What's up, Jamarcus? How's it going?
What's up, Jamarcus?
Yeah, T-Dog wants to speak. Is this who's T-Dog doing? Whatever. Yeah. Where are my mods? I hope my mods like take care of the people.
Hey, one time I hit 28 kids in the school bus.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Someone's get Obama. Can you be in charge of keeping the peace, dude, on the stage for me, Obama? Appreciate.
What about me? I'm gonna be a mod. What?
You're good, dude. You're good. All right. Let's see.
My head
Oh yes. She's like, where is my head? Where is my head? Wow, 35 watch streak. Good job, monkey. This guy's been watching for 35 streams in a row.
That's impressive.
Yes. Damn, Gold, 10 p.m. you're evil. Yeah, I know. It's a little late for you East Coast boys. Yeah, all good.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate. Yes, you're all good. Yo, good, great, cool. Wait, who the flip is that? Yeah, well, we're gonna get to it, Shifter. They're like, oh my god, there's a girl.
Oh, yeah. Up in the stew.
Oh my gosh, I have the most out-of-pocket joke. I can't say it.
Okay,
No.
all right. Well then chill on it, Justin. Like, don't. we are live on Twitch, Justin. You got that? Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Rare moments. The Obama says rare moment. It does exist. You know, it does happen. Okay. Shut up, Gold. I've
JP's
seen
live
goals.
got 132,000 viewers,
All right.
bro. Oh my god, that's crazy.
All right.
I don't know how that can lose.
Redacted. I gotta start the stream. All good? You good? Cool. All right. Here, let's start it off. All right. Welcome everyone to the Golden Hour AMA podcast. My name is Dr. Gold. I'm joined here by the awesome and amazing one of my best friends here in Los Angeles. Her name is Jessica Roux. I've known Jess. How long have I known you for?
Oh, 12 years?
12 years. 12 amazing, beautiful years. over a decade.
That's right.
Jamarcus says, I took an autism test yesterday. A score of 15 or above is high risk. I got a 15.
We can talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about autism. It's okay. I think everyone's on the spectrum. It's a spectrum for a reason. Yeah. Gold is okay. I just thought of a question. Yes. Anyone who had just thought of a question, I know, like, I wanted you all to submit them hours ahead of time. You can do it through the Google form. Do it in the Google form for me, please. If you don't know what that link is, one sec. Let me get that for everyone real quick.
And it's also an honor to be here. I'm so excited.
Yeah. I am. This is the first time we're having a live guest on the podcast. Yeah.
I will always be the first live podcast guest here.
Oh, Gold, she's with you. Yeah, no, she is. Yeah, look, see, I'm here.
We are here in the flesh and gold
I just
world.
realized. Yes. Should I take an autism test? Okay. All right. I'm going to let Jess introduce herself for a little bit, give a quick little introduction about herself while I go find you guys the links, and then we'll start hitting your questions. So, yeah, Jess, take it away if you want to talk.
Good. Hey, y'all.
Or are you looking to that? There you go.
Looking over here. Groovy. Speaking that way, looking that way. My name is Jessica. I'm a licensed therapist in Santa Monica. I help people integrate trauma and reconnect to their bodies and their resilience. And I use that in order to get there. I help clients with EMDR, somatic experiencing, these trauma-focused modalities, and spirituality techniques, which can look different person to person. And yeah, help them connect to a life worth living and just feel more free, a little lighter, more comfortable in their skin.
We love that. Yes. That's great. Okay, cool. How long have you been a therapist for?
About 5
Jess?
years now.
5 years? Wow. And then I think you were telling me earlier, like, it takes a lot of hours to be a therapist. Like, how many hours do you have to, like, work with people?
Yeah, so if you go down the licensed therapist journey, you have to do 3,000 hours.
3,000?
And then you take your licensing exam, and you're moving and grooving. You're gaining experience the whole time, and it's the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, there you go. It's I like the ride. The ride's the best part, honestly. Yes.
Right on.
Awesome. Okay, there's the link if you guys want to ask more questions. Go do the whip and nay. I don't know what the whip and nay is. Like, you kids got like what?
I think it's a dance.
Yeah. Damn UNC 12 years. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, because you went to college first, right? And then then you also did like a master's in like.
So yeah, I went to SMC because I did not do well in high school, y'all. So you're so lucky to have Dr. Gold. And then I transferred to UC Santa Barbara. Then I got my master's in clinical psychology at Antioch.
Oh, okay, very cool. Nice.
That was the trajectory.
Yeah. It like you said, like it's all about the path, the journey. Like, you don't have to worry too much about, like, did I get here at this time? Did I get here at this time? It's like, do you get there eventually?
Exactly. And if you transfer your diploma from a UC or wherever, it doesn't say, oh, they went to community college.
Yeah.
It's just the diploma.
It's the credits. Yeah. I tell a lot of kids that y'all should go to community college, especially for like introductory classes and whatnot, because you get a much more personalized experience, right? Those big UC classes are what, like 300 people in like a basic ass fucking like, calculus class. You don't want that.
And SMC is great. Shout out to SMC.
Shout out SMC.
Yeah.
Where's Sam? Sam is so one of my students actually lives down the street from me, but I've never met him in person. Oh, wow. And he goes to Samo High.
I went to Samo.
Oh, you went to Samo High. Oh, wow.
Class of 2010.
Sam, if you're in the audience, we got a Samo High alumni here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good times.
Obama says, ain't community college way cheaper too? It really is.
Way cheaper.
Way cheaper. Yeah.
Especially if you're planning on doing the higher education route, like master's, PhD. Just save where you can.
It's much better. All right, cool. All right, let's see. Let's go off on. We're gonna. Yeah, let's go off. Let's go off.
Jump in right in.
Let's go right in. Okay, y'all in the stream, let me know how the mic levels are. If the what is it? The video looks okay and whatnot. This is our first time experimenting with doing it live in a studio like this. What happens if I dunk on a carrot? Yes. Wait. One quick question for Jamarcus before I go into stuff. What's up? Quick question. Have you had any patients with DID? What is DID?
So dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, wow.
Which is the result of severe trauma. So parts work, which is we all have all these different parts of us, and each part has its own little personality. We have our protectors, we have our firefighters, we have our exiled parts. If anyone wants to do a little more digging on this is IFS, internal family system. So we all have our parts, and the more trauma that someone has experienced, the more fragmented those parts are. Like a severe
This sounds like
case,
Horcruxes from like Harry Potter.
It's
when he splits his soul like a bunch of times.
Yes, I haven't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So that is like media will talk about multi-personality disorder, which is DID.
Okay, DID, yeah.
So just these parts of us get so fragmented. People can sometimes they name them. I have had clients with DID, yes. So it's just about awareness of what part is there.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I can go so into that.
I can go so into it. Yeah, Jamarcus. No, it's okay. Jamarcus, yeah, you can go in on that more if you want to respond. Yeah, he'll talk about it as well. Yeah. Nick, what's wrong with Twitch? Does Twitch look okay for everyone else? Yo, if you're in the chat and Twitch looks good, please, put like a 1 in the chat. Do like that. Do that for me. Yeah. I have ODD. It's delayed. I seen it. What is? That's like OCD? Is there a difference between OCD and ODD?
ODD.
ODD?
Obsessive.
Obsessive?
It might be pure O, if I'm thinking, which is like OCD, but without the compulsive behaviors.
Oh, okay.
Or is it oppositional defiant disorder? Or is it that?
I don't know if he probably thinks it's OCD, but it's actually ODD.
Yeah, so people are, if you are under age of 18, they will not diagnose you with a ODD.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay,
That's
that's
part of the
interesting.
criteria.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. All right, nice. Here, let me change the streaming quality just to make sure it's okay. There we go. I forgot what I get angry fast. We'll get to that. Here, let's go through some of the formal questions. Then I'll get to you. You're good. Here we go. All right, let's go back. I think Saint, yours was the first question. Yeah. So it's a good question from Saint here. It says, what is the hardest thing about being a therapist? Do you ever feel bad for your clients? What was the thing that motivated you to become a therapist? I've struggled with depression most of my life. What would be one piece of advice you would give me? I have a therapist, but also it's never bad to get another point of view. So you can identify them as you want.
Yes, we'll just work our way through this question. So the hardest part about being a therapist is, everyone has such a rich story and has been through so much, truly everybody. And, a lot of the people I work with, they've been through horrific experiences. Not all, but a good amount. And just to, have the knowing that someone went through that, and I feel I don't feel bad for my clients, but I feel compassion for them. I see there's a lot of strength and courage to ask for help and be open to living life differently. So the hardest part is just knowing the adversities that someone had to go through and not being able to fix them. And I'm not there to fix any problem. We're working as a team. We're collaborating. I'm holding space. So
yeah, what does it mean? I've heard this a lot in therapy. What's holding space? I'm holding space for you.
Yeah. So a lot of times, or for example, if someone has a big emotion come up, someone might be like, don't cry, no, you're good. They don't, a lot of times people don't have the space to really ride the wave of that emotion without someone trying to fix it, because it might make them uncomfortable if you're having sadness.
Yeah. It's like if someone starts puking and then you start puking, then everyone just starts puking. You're just I don't know.
Exactly. And more can be revealed if we stay with that emotion and how it shows up in our body. And that's how we connect to our innate wisdom, is by riding the waves of that emotion.
Right.
Because y'all are so powerful. We go through pain, shame, and programming that leads to a lot of disempowering. So it's a lot of just removing the blocks and connecting to that power and wisdom, I think.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's cool. All right, nice. I like that. Yeah. Okay, not gonna lie, I want to ask about adult film addiction. We'll get to that. Don't worry. Okay, what was the thing that motivated you to? So maybe you can tell a little bit of your story. What motivated you to become a therapist?
Yes. Yeah. So starting at SAMO, I had my first psychology class, junior year of high school. Mr. Hedrick, rest in peace. Such an amazing teacher.
Shout out Mr. Hedrick.
Shout out Mr. Hedrick. And so that was the first, like I said, I did not do well in high school because I was pretty depressed and anxious. And that psychology class was the first class I got a B in. So that was really good for me at the time. I got a B in, and I always wanted to help people. And I was like, psychology is interesting. I feel like my mind kind of naturally works in that way. And it was just a straight path. Okay, you get your bachelor's, get your master's, do your hours, you do the thing. So I feel very grateful. It was a very clear-cut path of, just getting into it.
Just getting into it, okay.
Yeah, and it's constant learning, which I love.
Nice. Yeah. I like that too. Christian's in the chat. I see Christian.
Christian's in the chat.
Yeah, C. Pereira. That's him right there. Yeah. Nice. Good to see you, Christian. Nice. One second. Let me add it. And then,
we want to wrap up this question.
Yeah. What was it? I've struggled with depression most of my life. What would be one main piece of advice you would give? Ooh, I like that.
Yes. I think it's time to pull up.
Oh yeah, you have something, right? You have a PDF.
There's something I want to share with y'all. To get to know your nervous system a little better, because sometimes the nervous system is nervous, and we want to help stabilize it.
All right,
and
let's do
we'll
it.
start by addressing we're going to zoom down to hypoarousal.
There we go.
Okay, so this is based on polyvagal theory, the science of safety and connection.
Okay, I like that.
So if anybody has social anxiety, it's because you are not feeling safe, and there are techniques to help you feel more safe in your body, thus connect with people. First, there needs to be a sense of safety. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about. So depression, from a nervous system standpoint, it's someone's in a state of hypoarousal. So this is dorsal vagal immobilization. So if you could think about your nervous system, there's like a gas and there's a brake. And with depression, someone is stuck on the brake.
Oh, I see. They're putting the brakes on all the time.
Yeah, so it shows up like freeze, survival protection mode. There's a feeling of dysregulation, unsafe, too little, or lack of energy, and it can show up like in these elements if any of these resonate with you. So the way I work with depression is with stabilization tools, and this can look like it says here, engaging in behaviors that don't demand excess activity, nurturing quiet social connection. Another way to think of depression is you have a low battery. What do you do when your phone has a
recharge? Jump the battery.
Jump the battery.
Yeah.
So what helps you recharge your battery? And sometimes it means Dr. Sunshine,
Dr. Sunshine,
Fresh Air,
Dr. Fresh Air, Dr. Exercise,
Dr. Exercise,
Dr.
Musica,
Okay.
Spirits. And what are you eating? What fuel are you putting in your body?
Okay.
That's the question I would have. But yeah, so this is one way to approach depression is stabilizing the nervous system.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I feel all these things here. What,
You feel-
slow, exhausted, like giving up, numb, resignation, except low muscle tone. I did go to the gym today.
Hey, Danes. So one of the most useful things I heard from one of my college professors is we all have everything. We all have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's somewhere on the spectrum. So we have these abilities, or we have these characteristics. It's just when is it passing the threshold?
Of like shutting down, basically.
Yeah,
Yes.
and interfering with our serenity.
Ah,
and our
okay. The
daily
peace.
functioning.
I think a lot of times I don't even like take account of like what is my serenity because I just am constantly in like go mode and like
Ooh,
I'm
yes.
just right. It's just like, and I think this is where, again, I need to do more like yoga, more meditating, more like I guess we would say like holding the space, like sitting in the space maybe. That's what we call it.
Yeah, and also like stillness for the mind is like physical activity for the body.
Oh, okay. I like that. Stillness for the mind is physical activity for the body. It seems like counterintuitive to me, right? But yes.
It is.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it's just retraining the brain.
Retrain the brain.
Yeah.
Retrain the brain.
Slow down to speed up.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a really good quote I like about that. Like if you want to get somewhere quickly, slow down or something, or if you want to get there fast, or what is it? Yeah, something, because like if you try to actually go there fast, you'll never get there. You have to go there slowly in order to get there.
It's true because it increases your efficiency. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm trying to do two things at once, I'm dropping something, spilling something, and I'm like, see, I know better.
Not bad. Jamarcus says imposter syndrome been going a little crazy recently. Yeah, I guess imposter syndrome kind of fits in depression sometimes. Yeah, what would you say about that?
Imposter syndrome.
I had that a lot in grad school. I always felt like I wasn't good enough, or that like I snuck in there and I didn't belong there, and I'm just like, they let me in, but then they're gonna find out I'm dumb.
It's so common. So that voice is not coming from your essence, your spirit. It's conditioning. So you can just like acknowledge that thought for trying to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Because if you feel like an imposter, you won't put yourself out there to try new things and risk failure, not doing it right. So it's there to protect you.
I see. It's like a defense mechanism, just like.
Yeah, but the treasure lies in the cave you fear to seek.
Ooh, I like that. The treasure lies in the cave you fear to seek.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
So put yourself out there.
Jamarcus says, I feel really, really dumb and like I should be better. Yeah, some of these kids, where does that pressure come from, Jamarcus? Do you think it's your parents, or like is it just a personal thing?
That's a good question.
Yeah, okay. Just feeling really, because you're not Jamarcus, you're a really smart kid. And just by you like coming to streams and asking math and science questions, you're already better than like the 90% of kids who like honestly don't give a shit about what they're doing in school. Yeah, you're great. Yeah. Oh, personal mostly. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we all have an inner critic. So this sounds like maybe your inner critic is just a little chatty.
Yeah, you got a chatty inner critic.
Yeah.
Tell him to slow down. Like, chill
Just
out,
say
inner critic.
thank you. I'm good. You
I'm
can wait
good.
in the waiting
Bye-bye.
room.
Thinking you're someone you're not. I'm sorry, did you just call yourself dumb? It's okay. Okay, good. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, I think that was good. Yeah, very good question there, Saint.
Yeah,
I appreciate
great
that.
questions, guys.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, let's see. What was the next one we had? Taco Cat.
Taco
What was
Cat.
the hardest experience a person has asked for your help? Wow. Why go down this pathway? Have you helped famous people? You don't have to like say their names if you don't want to out
Yeah,
them.
I know I have to protect confidentiality.
Yes, confidentiality,
of
yes,
course.
yes.
Everybody I work with. What was the hardest? Ooh, it was around an incident where someone saw their parent die.
Oh, shit.
It's horrific.
Oh
yeah.
man. Yeah,
People
seeing your
do-
parents die would be a lot. Oh my
yeah,
god, yeah.
people have a lot of pain, and so it's really just meeting them where they're at and just
Holding the space.
holding the space,
Holding the space.
keeping hope. Pretty much. You think of it, I've probably worked with someone who's gone through that. Just a lot of abuse, neglect,
Addiction, right? You deal a lot with addiction, right?
Addiction, yes, that's my specialization since I'm in recovery. So those are my people.
Those are my people.
Those are my people.
What's up, fam?
What's up, fam? What's up, sober fam?
What's up, sober fam? Yeah, if we got any sober sisters in the chat, say hi to us. You know,
Or you're curious about sobriety.
Or if you're curious about sobriety, I'm sometimes curious about sobriety, and then the weekend happens.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're like, I'm holding a seat for
I'm
you.
holding a seat.
I'm holding a
been
seat
there.
for you. I've been there.
Been there. Yeah, and then why go down this pathway? I'm wondering if that's like going down the pathway as a therapist, or why even go to the dark place?
Oh, I think they say a therapist, but I would love to hear both.
Yeah,
But
we'll
okay.
hear both. So the first one, why go down the dark pathway, is at first it takes a lot of courage to go there, and we repeat what we do not repair. So
I like that.
We want to go down the pathway because then we'll get a little more free. And the way I like to think about therapy is we have this 200-pound backpack from our traumas,
Okay.
Whatever.
Generational pass down, just
Ooh,
like
yes.
generational trauma is a big one,
Well,
right?
that's a big
It's a
one.
big
I could
one,
talk
yeah.
for a while on that. We're
Yeah.
gonna circle back. And so in therapy, you kind of look at one piece out of the backpack, and
Okay.
you can start to let it go. So that backpack isn't so heavy all the time.
Oh, okay, I get
So
it.
That's
You
why I
process
think-
through it.
Yeah, well, that's why we go down the road of exploring things that we don't want to. It's to be more free, I think, to be more comfortable in our own skin. And why go down that past therapist pathway? It was a calling. I feel like
Yeah.
I have no choice.
I have no choice. I feel like I kind of have the
was
same
great,
thing with
though.
teaching. I was like, I've been kind of just called to it. I kind of have to.
Been
you know, I
called
can't.
to it.
I'd be doing myself a disservice and the world a disservice if I did anything else.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Corporate keeps knocking. They're like, "Yo, Dr. Gold, come here, Dr. Gold."
You're like, no.
No. Jamarga says, I see people being very smart and I irrationally think I should be able to compare to them. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes that makes perfect sense. He says it makes no sense. It makes total sense. Especially in today's age with social media, I feel like we're constantly comparing ourselves to things that are not real,
Yes.
right?
Compare and despair.
Compare and despair. Okay, I like that. Compare and despair.
Yes. And also another thing I want to point out, the fact that you're facilitating this conversation, it's really important for people to know, like, you are not alone. Like, so many people feel that way. I feel that way. It's just part of the human condition.
Yes, exactly.
And our mind is a judgment-making, comparing machine, because
Yes.
that's how we evolved. So it's kind of having self-compassion for your humanness and just knowing, like, oh, okay, automatic thought, I'm not responsible for that.
Right.
You're responsible for your second thought and your action.
Ah,
So
okay.
this is, what you can work with. Because your automatic thought is like...
That's your
again,
emotions that happen. That's why I always say, like, emotions are not wrong. Like, emotions happen, but it's how you deal with them afterwards. That's
right.
That's your choice.
Exactly. And that's why we
Ah.
pause and proceed.
I like that. Pause and proceed. That makes a lot of sense also with, like, that's what meditation is, right? I used to originally think meditation was, how can I force myself not to think about anything? And that's, like, impossibly difficult, right? But then I've heard a couple of people tell me like, no. You're supposed to let thoughts happen. Those do happen. It's not chasing them down like a path. That's what you're training yourself to do.
Exactly.
And then this works in real life because like when something shitty happens and you get the immediate like, oh shit, I hate this, blah, blah, blah. You're like, but I'm not going to follow that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of kind of comfort in that. Like your thoughts are suggestions.
Yes.
You don't have to throw a party for them.
You don't have to throw a party for them. I love that.
I know it's easier said than done for sure, but this is where a lot of like the somatic work comes into play. I focus a lot of that and just like grounding, orienting, just things to help us move through the activation. That goes with that thought or emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Jamarcus says, I think the biggest piece is my research project thing I'm supposed to take. Yeah, so interesting little background. So Jamarcus is, I think, in 8th grade.
Okay.
And his parents, he's a very smart kid, so his parents have him in like these very advanced programs and whatnot. And he's in a quantum mechanics class.
Wow.
I know, right? I'm just like, even I can't explain some of the things to him because I'm like, man, I haven't taken quantum in years. And also like, quantum was the first class that like I hit the wall in grad school and like I was like, oh shit, I'm dumb. I just keep getting completely lost. I'm getting 2 hours below what I should be getting each week too. 2 hours below what? 2 hours of sleep? It's not a class, it's optional. I picked it as a topic. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, if you picked like quantum mechanics as a topic and yeah, again, it's over your head and you're feeling lost, like I would say don't worry, don't get too wrapped up about that. I would say focus more on the positive of like, bro, you're in 8th grade trying to learn quantum. Like, I have a PhD in physics. I still don't know what quantum is. So, like, you know, don't feel too discouraged with it. Yeah. Oh, 2 hours below how much work I should be doing. Oh, I guess what they say you should be doing. Yeah. Don't burn yourself out.
Yes, that is...
Burnout's real, right?
Don't burn yourself out. Yes, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. I like that one.
And sometimes when you're in this overachiever mode, it's like the goalpost just keeps moving and it's like it's never enough. It's just finding your personal best, I think, and feeling good about that.
Okay, yeah, just being appreciative for that. No, I like that. That's great. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, let's see. Let's go to the next question, which is good. Okay, all right. Can we go forward? Next question, please. Oh, wrong key. There we go. Okay, all right. Obama! Good question, Obama. I hope Obama's here. All right. Obama says, what should someone do if they're stressing about their future career? I know a lot of you guys are stressing about your future career. If my mom has depression, will that mean in the future I will get it too? What should someone do if they have a bad influence in their life and they want to get rid of? Ooh, so let's take this piece by piece. These are good ones.
Piece by piece. Yeah. So many like dimensions.
Yeah, there's a lot here. I like this one.
So what should someone do if they're stressing about their future career? Just stay where your feet are. I think our North Star is what interests us and what excites you. And if you're feeling you're not super excited.
Thank you, Zev.
Ooh.
We got someone gifted a sub for us. Yay! Thank you, Zev. Dude, you're great. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, if you don't feel super passionate or excited about anything, that's okay. That takes time to develop. What are you interested in? And your career can change over time. When I was in grad school, there were people there, this was their second, third career. They're like, I couldn't ignore the call anymore. Like,
I felt like I kept getting bugged. I'm like, I gotta go do this. Yeah.
And society puts a lot of pressure on, you need to figure it out yesterday.
Or like someone else has already figured it out. Why have you not figured it out? Right? That's the social media thing I see. Where like people are like, oh, they're living their dreams and blah, blah, blah. Why am I not doing it? But like, you're not alone. It's totally cool. It happens.
You're not alone. Yes. Instagram is curated avatar of how someone wants to present. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just don't compare your insides, like your feelings, to someone's outsides.
I get that. Yeah. Because you don't see the inside. They don't show it.
Yeah, they don't.
There's a nice big filter on Instagram where they're like, nope.
Precisely.
Can't see me.
Yes. Yeah, so just don't go down the rabbit hole too much of like, they have it all together. I don't. It's simply not true.
Yeah. Love that. Okay. If my mom has depression, will that mean in the future I will get it too? Like, depression is a disease technically, but like, is it contagious? Like,
it's not contagious.
Is depression contagious?
Yeah.
Like,
So I think this is useful in circling back to the intergenerational trauma piece.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
Yeah, because, with epigenetics, our DNA is made up of so many ancestors' DNA, which predispose us to be more anxious or more depressed. When we're born in the environment with our parents, there's certain energies there, and we can be prone to feeling depressed because if mom is depressed, maybe she wasn't as emotionally attuned.
I see.
Or present because she was preoccupied with her own depression. And if those needs aren't met by a parent, then it could lead someone...
Leads on to the kid as well.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Have their own depression, but it's kind of a different... source of the depression.
Environment counts too. Maybe mom has had a hard life. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Especially like some of the people in my Discord are first generation Americans or, immigrant families. And yeah, it's pretty fucking rough if you're coming here from a different country, you don't speak the language maybe, and you're trying to like figure it out. So yeah, totally get that.
I see that a lot with my clients. So I also want to let all of you know that, and like even with our parents, there was so much less talk about psychology, about emotions. It was taboo to talk about your feelings.
Women were just called hysterical. They're just like, oh, you're just crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, so much minimizing. And so, our parents were less woke than we are, we can say. Yeah. So they're a product of their time. And as we get more conscious and conscientious, then that affects, future generations. Yeah. So it's not their fault. And if they can't look at their own pain, they'll have difficulty looking at your pain. I see this a lot with clients that have like these strained relationships with family. It's a lot of just their own trauma.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I see. Yeah, which is just manifesting in that relationship again.
Exactly.
So yeah, Obama, if your mom has depression, I mean, it definitely means that you probably have a more stressful life to deal with, but you're not automatically going to catch it per se, like as if it's a disease, but it is something to be mindful about. Yeah, that if like you're feeling sad or depressed, definitely probably something's going on at home that it may be out of his control, I guess, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We don't have much control of our home environment.
Especially like when you're a kid, you're just like, I am stuck here. We're adults, right? So like if I have like a shitty roommate situation or something, I'm like, okay, cool, peace.
Exactly.
I can get out, but you don't get to pick your parents as your roommates.
Yes, and that's why Gabor Mate, he has a lot of great work. He's like one of my...
What's his name?
Gabor Mate.
Let's look up Gabor Mate.
He's a G.
This guy.
Yeah, so he talks a lot about how as children, we have to choose the attachment over our well-being because we depend on our parents to survive. So if mom or dad is unhappy with kid automatically goes to I am bad because they can't grapple with, my parent is a bad parent.
Right, because like I came from them, they must be God, they must be perfect, I'm the one that's messed up.
Exactly. And then we're unlearning that in adulthood.
I've definitely had some friends, exes and whatnot where I could see that what was happening with the relationship with their parents was putting like a serious stress on them. Like to the point like if we went back for Christmas to visit their parents, they would just turn into a whole different person because now they're having to like keep their dysfunctional family together and like take on all this trauma and this stress, and then unfortunately that gets taken out on the partner as well. Because like if their whole world is not going okay, it's not going to transfer very well over to someone else.
It's a lot of energy to sit with.
Exactly.
So, just one day at a time.
That's why I didn't realize how lucky I was until I got older for like having like a normal family.
Your family seems great.
My family, they are amazing. Yeah. I used to be like, I used to have different opinions, and then I started seeing how everyone else was, and I was like, oh, my parents are still together. My parents still love each other. I was like, these things are rare these days to find. Divorce rate's like 50%, and then what percentage are just staying together for the kids? I was just like, oh man, okay. So Yes, I think that's super important. The family stuff. That's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. And then when we take that inventory, there can be like a little gratitude. 'Cause
Yeah.
that
Gratitude's great.
Yeah, gratitude's great. There's a lot of research coming out on gratitude, self-compassion, and shame.
Shame. Okay.
And
What's the research on shame?
Yes, well, I'll start with when we shame ourselves, it shuts down our learning centers in the brain.
Oh, okay.
So this might be useful to the kids
kid
that you
that-
work
yeah,
with.
yeah.
So the more that you can mitigate that and just build the self-esteem, that will help you tackle
I see.
the thing in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's cool. Other part of Obama's question: what should someone do if they have a bad influence in their life and they want to get rid of? Bye bye.
Yes. It's hard to want to make better choices for yourself and have better energy around you. So there might be some sadness around, but boundaries.
Super important boundaries, especially in friendships. I've had some friendships where like I'm like, wait a minute, like we're not banging, like you're not my girlfriend, like why is there all this, like I'm cool being your friend, being there for you, whatnot, but then some of these things are like a little over the line of like what you're expecting out of me.
Yes, yeah. And so it's like having those standards for yourself.
Yeah.
Because then it'll start to chip away at our self-esteem and then we're not feeling good. So, it can be a simple conversation, doesn't be like, this is my boundary.
Yeah. No.
I statements go a long way.
Ooh, okay. This is the thing. I forget. Which one do I want to say? I statements versus you statements? Which?
Yeah, because if you go with you do, someone's automatically going to be on the
Or like,
defense.
you suck, or like, you need to fix yourself. Yeah, they're automatically going to shut down and like not listen to that.
Or get reactive.
And
then the message is lost. So a good place to start is like, I feel bummed when you speak this way about whatever. Just an example. Start with how you feel and their behavior. That can increase the likelihood of some effective communication.
Oh, I like that.
So maybe that might be worth
Pro tip for you guys. Yeah, pro tip.
Yeah, I statements.
Yeah, I statements. Yeah, don't be like, you're a shitty friend or you're never there for me. Be like, I feel kind of disappointed when this happens and I don't hear from you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's better. Yeah, okay, I like that.
It takes, some checking in with ourselves to know what we're even feeling.
Yeah. Because sometimes we don't even know what the feelings are.
It's true. Yeah.
If Obama's young, it might be hard to enforce this boundary. Yeah, because he's in high school. Well, I hope the person that the person you're trying to get rid of isn't like part of your family. That's a whole other kettle of fish. Yeah,
it really is.
It is. Okay, cool. Nice, good part. All right, let's see. We had some other. Some of these kids, they got bedtimes. Let me see. What did you ask? Teacup. Where's your question? One sec. Here it is. I'm gonna load it in. One sec, Teacup. Where did you put it? All right. Oh, you put it in office hours? Oh, it's not related to this? Oh, well, ask me questions related to the podcast. God damn it. It's all good. Okay, here. Let's go to the next question.
Alrighty.
All right.
Rock and roll.
Half Alpha. Is there a very large connection between mental health and long-distance running? Ooh. I like this because I love to run. And then is there a way you think they could be improved intersectionally?
Well, when we run, we do release endorphins.
Yeah, I forget. Is endorphins, dopamine, or serotonin? Which one is it again?
Endorphin? I think it's its own thing.
Its own thing? Yeah, well, I know endorphins are like their own thing, but like, yeah, what?
Maybe closer to dopamine.
When you run. What is released when you run? Endorphins, you're right. Yeah, it is endorphins.
Yeah, it's a different type of hormone. There we go. Yeah, and dopamine, serotonin, those are neurotransmitters.
See, yeah, this is why you went to school. I just know dopamine, serotonin are different like drug things. I didn't know it's hormones. Wait, what's the difference between a hormone and a neurotransmitter? Do you kind of know what that is?
Oh, that's a good question. No, they travel differently in the body.
Okay.
Both very powerful.
But like from a therapy point of view, I guess, is one like affect your emotions more, whereas one is like you don't get to control things.
They all are so important.
They're all so important.
Cortisol, the stress hormone.
Yeah, cortisol messes with you for sure.
That messes with
and they have all the studies how that like causes cancer, right? If you have a lot of cortisol, a lot of stress, no sleep, like not gonna be a good time.
Exactly. Yeah, we want a healthy balance. Also, someone's feeling on the depressed side, 90% of serotonin is produced in the gut.
Oh. So go eat.
Go eat well.
Go eat well. Yeah.
Yeah. We want to support that. the production of serotonin.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Serotonin is produced in the gut.
Yes,
oh,
that's why they call the gut the second brain. Your gut.
Is that like when I have like a gut feeling?
Oh yeah, it's very old because there's parts of our brain that are just
from the
newer.
monkey times, and then some stuff is new. Yeah,
but that gut's been there.
Gut's been there for a
time.
while. Gut instinct. Yes.
Gut instincts are powerful, y'all.
Nice. But yeah, running is great. Yeah, endorphins.
Running's great. Yeah, it could be a resource for some people. When I run now, it hurts my body.
Yeah, your knees. I remember because I keep trying to get you to come run with me, but like
my whole body.
Your whole body hurts. Oh no! Run now while you can, guys.
Run now while you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you're 32 and
the age starts to catch up to you, and it's like. It's bad.
Yeah, yoga is more my speed.
Yes, yoga. Yeah.
Yes, yoga.
But we went over this before, right? When we were talking, like any sort of exercise is just great for you, right?
Yes. So the number one thing for depression and anxiety, the research shows exercise.
Exercise. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Nice.
I keep telling all the students, I'm like, go exercise. Like it'll go to. I say go to the gym because that's where I go. But yes, go do some form of exercise. It'll change your life.
Exactly. And getting there is the hardest part.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was a really cool study I saw where it was like every mile away from gym drop off attendance. Yeah, like someone did a study. Yeah, okay.
That's so funny.
They've done. So yeah, getting to the gym is the hardest thing, and anytime you see an excuse of like why I can't go, like for instance, it's too far away, that drops a lot. So I forget where the data was, but it's something like for like every mile further you are from the gym, your chance of going just drops like another 20%.
I believe that.
Yeah.
And another tip to keep in your back pocket is there's this tool called opposite action.
Okay.
So if you don't want to exercise, what's opposite of that? Exercise. And the opposite action starts to become the thing you want to do because you know it makes you feel better.
This is opposite action?
Yes. So that's a DBT skill. DBT is dialectical behavioral therapy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of practical skills if you guys want to peruse at your leisure. Some DBT skills.
DBT stuff. I'll put it in the
A
chat.
lot of acronyms. Yeah, let's put them straight.
But this says like the opposite action skill allows us to choose to respond opposite from what our response would be. Okay. Thirst tells us to hydrate. It activates us to drink water. Okay. Cool. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So okay. I see. Just do the opposite of what's being triggered.
Yeah, and just know that like, oh, this is a skill I'm using.
Yeah.
So,
okay. I see. You're like retraining your brain. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. It makes you feel like, oh, something is happening.
I feel this also where like they're like either like anytime you're mad, just force a smile. Just like just keep smiling and be like, I'm okay, and like you will be okay. Like that's what happens.
Or you can hum. This activates the vagus nerve, which helps regulate the nervous system.
Okay, humming.
Yes, humming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do some voos together. Yeah, maybe we can invite everyone do some voos.
Yeah, do that.
It's the client's favorite.
How long do you do it for?
Just the out breath. So you'll inhale.
That feels like a massage for like my brain.
It's great. I'm vooing in the car.
I'm vooing everywhere.
I'm vooing everywhere. So yeah, another one for your back pocket. If you're stressed or you're shut down, do some voos.
Voos. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that. That's a
voos.
cool technique.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
great.
Little toolkit to have.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what our tools are for.
Yeah.
Yeah. When life.
Why
is
don't
life-
they teach any of this shit in school?
I'm beside myself.
What? Like I'm 34 and I don't even know this shit. What?
I just learned that in my somatic experiencing training, which is newer. I'm just like shaking my head.
Yeah.
So true wisdom is sought. So you all being here is, you're just expanding.
I like that. Okay, cool. Yes, we're learning things. That's why I love, and that's why I love doing these things with these different guests, is because I get to get outside of my bubble of knowledge and then like poke your bubble. Be like, oh, what do you have?
I could be here all night, y'all. Keep the questions coming.
Keep them coming. All right, let's see. Equity's got a kind of a longer one here, but let's go through it a bit. Yeah. Your clients want to deepen their spiritual connection as part of their healing journey. How spirituality plays a role in your therapeutic approach and how it complements Okay, so how does spirituality play a role in your therapeutic approach and traditional therapeutic modalities? Wow,
Yes.
it's got some big words here.
Yes. So I'll start with the second part. So like if we're talking about traditional therapeutic models, we're like talking about Freud, psychoanalysis, psychodynamic. Carl Jung, look up his work, guys. Carl Jung. He's ahead of his time. He was so he talks a lot about spiritual connection and the unconscious and dream analysis.
Dream analysis, okay.
Yeah,
do you keep a dream journal?
I do journal about my dreams.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes.
I've heard some cool things about that.
Potent material in dreams.
Okay.
It's our psyche's trying to integrate and show us wisdom. They're there to help
okay,
you.
okay.
I know they're disturbing at times.
Yeah, my dreams are so bad sometimes.
We can talk about it.
Yeah, we can like I need people to stop showing up in my dreams.
Ooh. So according to Jung,
Yeah.
so people in your dreams represent different parts of you.
These are the Horcruxes.
Which I didn't like to hear.
Yeah, I'm like, no, this person's not a part of me.
Exactly. So they're probably those characteristics are in your shadow, like parts that you've rejected or denied. I'm gonna go on the shadow.
Have you heard of like shadow work? Like I've seen like
yeah.
shadow work is a big like thing that comes up sometimes.
Shadow
too.
work is groovy.
Yeah, it's kind of more of a, like a hippie thing, I think, right? But like, do you see it in like informal like CBT stuff?
Well, yeah. Let's see. That's a good question. So shadow is things that, because it is a lot of Carl Jung's work. So
is it? Okay.
When we judge someone, it's because they are showing a part of ourselves that we don't like.
So this is the whole. Oh, I love this. It's projecting.
Yes, projecting.
Like if you say like, "Hey man, like you're a shitty explainer," it's like no, it's like you are a shitty explainer, but you're trying to pawn that off on me.
Exactly, because you've rejected it within yourself, so you have to put that on someone else.
Okay.
And once you kind of like grapple with that, you'll see the people projecting left and right. But
oh yeah, I see it all the time.
But it's useful to know like what we're judging and be curious about it. Then we can integrate.
Okay.
Do the shadow work. But yeah, I'm gonna go down the shadow rabbit hole, but I want to stay with the question.
Yeah, let me go back to what the question was. Yeah, there we go.
Right on. Okay, so
we're talking about therapeutic approach and spirituality.
Spirituality. So this is so special to each person.
Okay.
Your own conscious contact, what that looks like to you. Religion is different. Let's make that
then like spirituality.
Yes, I mean for some people it works as both, but religion is usually dogma and to have power, and it's very shaming.
Yeah.
Don't think these thoughts.
Don't masturbate.
Yes, so I won't go down that rabbit hole too. But so spirituality is just something bigger than yourself, because we are very powerful beings. We want to reclaim our power.
Yeah, our sense of like, I guess, agency, right? I think a lot of spirituality is kind of a balance between there's a higher power than me that has a purpose and whatnot, but also not completely surrendering like your own agency to change the future.
Absolutely.
Right?
You are co-creating.
Yeah, it's like like we are collabing.
Exactly.
Me and God are like collabing on this mixtape we got called Life.
Exactly. And higher power, God. I had so many hang-ups about the word God. I use it now.
Yeah.
But use what works for you. Universal spirit, good orderly direction. This energy doesn't want anything for you that you don't want. So you're not like you have free will.
Yes, you have you can guide it where it wants, but also like when things happen that are like out of your control, you're just like, okay, but there is a purpose to this.
Yeah. You have to let the whole movie play out.
You gotta let the whole movie play out.
You figure out like, oh, that's why that happened.
Your Mean Machine says Christian also says best show ever. Thank you, Christian.
Thanks, Christian.
Nice. Yes. Mean Machine says, are religion and spirituality mental illnesses? No. I don't think so.
People do go through religious trauma.
Yeah, well, but also like cults, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes kind of trigger into like mental illnesses, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, it can be very traumatizing.
Oh,
and usually the cult leaders, Christian loves this.
Yeah.
He's into cults.
You like cults? Oh, I love watching all the Netflix things on cults. They're so fun. Yeah.
But the leaders are usually very narcissistic, very traumatized themselves, have lost sense with themselves.
We call it like the dark triad, right? Have you heard of this before? The dark triad of narcissism, Machiavellism, and like psychopathy.
I've
Oh, you haven't?
that
Oh.
way.
Yeah, so
pretty groovy.
they say for someone to do, before you hire someone, you should always make them take like a dark triad test
Oh.
to like see if they have these like
those characteristics.
these characteristics that end up like causing bad
Yeah,
times.
it's like no red
Yeah.
flag.
But I think like cult leaders probably have a lot of the dark triads.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
That's what it takes
Mhm.
to oppress people to that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
yeah. No, bad news.
Bad news.
Bad news.
Nick says, can you ask my question? What is? Ask her. I know someone who hasn't been with someone for over 7 years, but they keep dreaming about them and they don't know what's going on. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so if you ever want to do a little dream work, these are some questions that you could write on.
Okay.
So, first one is, why do you think you're having that dream now?
Oh, okay.
And what is your association in the dream? And what is the emotion in the dream?
Right. This dream now, and like what is the emotion in the
Yeah,
dream?
what is the emotion in the dream, and what is your association with it?
So association would be like what part are you playing? Like the typical one here is right is an X like keeps showing up in your dreams and whatnot. And I guess association would be like, what do you feel when you see them, and then what's happening? You know?
It's usually something that's suppressed.
Right.
An emotion or acknowledgement, awareness. Yeah, that person, it might be a symbol for them, or they can be a symbol for themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This could be the projecting thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's another question you ask about like in your dreams and stuff?
Yeah, your dreams. It'll be so different for everyone. I hear a lot is, I'm driving a car, but I'm in the back seat.
Ooh.
So I've had that one a lot. It's like, where do you feel out of control in your life?
Okay.
So kind of symbols like this.
Yeah, where you feel like out of control, or the symbols, or the symbols.
One of my reoccurring dreams.
Yeah, what are your recurring dreams? Tell us.
I really need to go to the bathroom and I can't find a bathroom, or there's a toilet just in the middle of the room.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
No, I don't want to.
reoccurring dream.
Oh my god, what? This is your reoccurring dream? You have to keep taking a shit or a piss in the middle of
No,
nowhere?
it is a pee, but
It's
then
a
when
pee,
I
so like,
wake
it's not a
up
shit.
and I need to go, I go to the
Oh,
bathroom.
okay.
I'm like, oh, that's why.
Is this like the traumatic things of girls at concerts and festivals where you're like,
Oh, yeah.
like guys, we just go over. We find a tree, we're like, cool.
That's dope.
But like girls get the short end of the stick here.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
literally.
it's a lot of mental gymnastics to find a place where you feel safe.
Oh yeah. Oh, because you're vulnerable. Yeah, right. You're like, my pants are down. Like someone could like take advantage of me. This is bad.
Oh my goodness. That was funny. My dreams are funny.
Yeah. So Nick, that's why. Yeah. If someone hasn't been with someone for 7 years and they keep dreaming about them, yeah, that's probably something they got to work out in terms of. They should analyze like why, like what's happening in the dream.
Could be grief there.
Could be
like
grief,
maybe they
yeah.
haven't completely let go.
Oh yeah.
You
Letting go
know,
is like the hardest thing.
It's a process.
Yeah, it sucks.
Really is. And in order to let go, you gotta feel all the feelings.
Yes.
And that sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
But there is no getting over, only moving through.
I like that. Oh, I like that. There's no getting over. You got to move through
Yeah,
things.
move through.
I like that. Oh, that's cool.
Dang it. Just
Dang
kidding.
it. Dang it. I got to do the work.
Dang it. That's why we go where the love is. Like,
Yes,
stop
love is-
their goal. Your people, your tribe.
Friends, your parents. I always say like your parents. Your parents unconditionally love you. I know it may not seem like it, but they do.
They do. Yes.
Yeah. They only want the
Sometimes
best for you.
They're not the best at showing it, but
Yeah.
they're
They're the ones in your corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lean on them.
Um.
You feel comfortable.
You see, could you share
yeah,
some of your favorite techniques with breathing exercises and mindfulness and how they contribute to your clients' well-being? Yeah, maybe what some of your favorite breathing exercises are.
Yeah, holotropic breathing.
Holotropic breathing.
Which is that
okay.
3-part breath. It's like if you're going to a breath work class, you're likely doing holotropic breathing.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Oh, I've been to one of these.
Yes, yeah.
I've been
you've
to one of
those.
these. Yeah, my yoga teacher does these
They're
all the time.
powerful, man.
Yeah.
If you need a good cry, ooh,
Oh, I always see people crying at her things. I
it's
really do.
great. Because
Yeah.
what it does is all that is just stuck. The issues are in the tissues. And the breath work just helps move that so we can feel it, release it. Crying is how our nervous system
I need a good cry. I need a
discharges.
good cry sometimes.
I get it. Yeah, no, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do. It's healthy to cry, y'all. It's not
It's not a sign of
it's not a
weakness.
sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what the man has said.
Yeah. Nick says they don't want to see them anymore. I think they do want to see them if they keep popping up in their dreams. Like they're just lying to themselves.
Or they don't want to see them. Oh, okay, so we all have our different parts if we're going back to parts language.
Sure.
So a part of them maybe doesn't want to see them, but I'm totally, guessing. But maybe another part feels there's something unresolved there.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
Different parts
Closure.
of us.
That's what they talk about, closure. Like, I want to get closure.
Yeah, that's got to
Closure's a
come from
pain.
within. Yeah, that's a process.
That's a
too.
process.
Mm-hmm.
So holotropic breathing, yeah, that's a cool one. I was gonna plug my yoga teacher real quick because like I go to this woman's she does like breathwork ceremonies all the time, and they are super cool.
Oh, they're so cool, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like sitting down on the ground. I think this was like one of her videos or something. Yeah, it's just like this. You're just like
It's intense.
yeah, you're all sitting down, right? And then you're putting these blindfolds on and you're just doing this.
Yeah.
It looks like you're being possessed.
Yeah.
But it's one of the trippiest like experiences. Like my whole body goes numb and like I can't feel my
Tingles.
hands.
Oof.
And like I'm just like
Yes.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
What in the world? Yeah, this is called breathwork. Yeah, this is breathwork. It's
Yeah.
very popular in Los Angeles. I don't know if this exists in other parts of the U.S.
That's a good point. Yes. Yeah. It's a 3-part breath. So it's like all through the round mouth. The first half of the inhale is like through the chest, like, and then the belly, and then first the belly first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Then,
that. And
and you gotta like
fun.
hyperventilate yourself
You're
for like, and
kinda-
it's for like 5 minutes.
Yes, it's what's happening is respiratory alkalosis.
Ooh, that's a
Yes.
cool word. I like that.
So that helps us renegotiate trauma because it's stored in the body, and when we use the breath in that way, it's stored differently.
Oh, it's secondary to
effectively.
hyperventilation.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Oh.
it's not quite. Yeah, it's close.
Oh, okay. It's not life-threatening, but hyperventilation is, though, I guess, right? Like not life-threatening.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
think if people have like a history of seizures, that's not the best approach.
So this is like self-induced, I guess. Yeah, low carbon dioxide levels disrupt your. Okay.
That's what happens in a lot of breath work.
Oh, very
Exercises,
cool.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Oh, see, you know all the science terms.
I did a paper on this actually. In
Oh,
grad
did you?
school, yes.
Oh, that's super cool. Oh, wow. There you go. Read all about it.
Read all
Alkalosis.
about
Sounds
it.
like ketosis almost.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lastly, as a therapist specializing in trauma and addiction, what advice do you have for young adults who may be struggling with mental health challenges and are hesitant to seek professional help? How can they take the first steps towards seeking healing and support? Yeah.
Yeah, first, thank you, Equity, for that question. It takes so much courage. So, there's another part I want to approach with this. So, struggling with mental health challenges. You and I were just talking about this before.
Yeah.
So, your neocortex isn't fully developed until you are 25. 25. And so that means the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation, impulse control, decision making isn't at firing from all cylinders until we're 25. So the more that you can preserve that part of the brain, that will go a long way into adulthood. So if struggling with mental health, just how are you taking care of yourself, talking about things, telling the truth to learn the truth?
Yes. Yeah, telling the truth to learn the truth. I like that. Like not lying to yourself.
And telling the truth to other people.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, like when people say like, "Are you okay?" and you're like, "I'm fine." Things are gravy. It's like, no, they're not.
And also when you share something, you see it a different way in your mind.
Okay.
You process
And this is yeah, and this is the first, again, I had always like kind of talked down therapy, being like, I don't need therapy, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and then
I
I went
get
through
it.
like a horrendous breakup, and I said, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll go to therapy.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the coolest parts of it was just hearing yourself say something.
Yes.
You start realizing you're like, that's ridiculous. Like, why do I think this? Like, this is make believe. Why is that like in your head that like crazy things seem okay, but the second you say it out loud, you're like, no.
Yeah, because if it's just in our head, it's just recycling with no new insight.
Okay.
It's just like an echo chamber.
Oh.
And if you want even more magic, putting pen to paper
Ooh, okay.
about how you're feeling. Not typing.
Not typing.
Pen
Nope.
to paper.
Pen to paper.
A lot comes out there, and it's integrating.
Okay.
It's healing. healing.
I have a lot of journals. I do I have all those stacks of those previous ones up there. I have I just
I
years
dig
of these
it.
things. Yeah. But I'll write down my feelings, be like, oh, I'm
Good.
sad that blah, blah, blah didn't text me, or oh, I have to work today. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does help, because then you see it written down and you're like, okay, this is weird. Am I overreacting? Yeah, probably.
And then it's not in your backpack anymore because you've externalized
Yes,
it.
I like
you
that.
Put it on the paper.
We have more room for more feelings.
More room
So-
for more
More room
feelings.
for more feelings. Nice. Yeah, and so an interesting thing, and I've heard this a lot actually with the kids, because they're under 18, they I don't think legally they can go to therapy and stuff without a parent permission. Is that true?
No, it's not true. If
Okay.
they're over 12,
16? Over
I think
12?
12. They
Oh,
don't
12?
need a parent to
Oh, you don't need a
consent.
parent's consent to go to
Yeah.
therapy. Oh wow, that's very cool. I didn't know that.
Yes, it was on the exam.
She's like, I did it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Because I know another thing that students are afraid sometimes to tell a therapist, or is that they worry that the therapist will go right back to the parent and be like, hey, Bobby's having these thoughts and whatnot, and then the parent's gonna punish them and just be like, oh, Bobby's been smoking weed.
Yeah.
No.
So that's why it's really important to find a therapist that you trust and
Trust.
feel comfortable
Yeah.
with. For the most part, there are limits to confidentiality about what the therapist can share with the parent.
Okay.
So there are things in place to protect the client.
Oh, no way.
Even if they're a minor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. And, limits to confidentiality are if you're going to hurt someone or hurt yourself.
Or kill someone or something. Yeah.
Of course.
They're like, nope.
You just reminded me of an experience. So when I was 15, I was seeing a therapist.
Okay.
I was smoking a lot of weed. Don't
Okay.
recommend it. But the therapist told my mom, and I was like, I don't trust that therapist anymore.
Oh yeah.
So
Because they snitched on me.
yeah. so
Snitches
the-
get stitches.
So it's just important about finding a therapist you trust, who gets it, and if the smoking weed is excessive and it's becoming
A problem.
a big problem that the therapist feels the need to disclose it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Not just they won't share every thought. No, because that's not in the client's best interest.
I always say you have to be an open book. I know sometimes when my friends will go to the doctor will ask what drugs have you been taking, blah blah blah, and they'll lie, and I'm like, no, you need to disclose everything, because otherwise, if the doctor doesn't have the full set of what we're working with, they can't solve the problem.
Exactly.
And I guess it's vulnerable. It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, a lot of people minimize their use to protect themselves.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, I don't drink that much, and then it's 6 times a week.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, you have a problem.
Yeah, I got it.
Monkey says, how long have you been? So this is interesting. How long? So you started. When did you start going to therapy? I guess. Yeah, so she's been handing out therapy as a therapist for 5 years.
Yes.
But are you currently in therapy now? Do you have a therapist?
I am working with a somatic experiencing practitioner.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay, cool.
yes, she is a therapist. So yeah, and then before that, I was with my last therapist for 6 years.
6? Wow.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, that's
she
awesome.
was the first person that told me you're an alcoholic. I was so mad.
I know, you're like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. But it's just, it's sometimes in therapy we hear things we don't want to hear.
Uncomfortable truths.
It's uncomfortable truth.
Yeah.
And we have to move through that, and then we realize that doesn't define me.
Right.
It's drugs and alcohol are a coping mechanism.
Oh yeah. To prevent yourself from feeling the feels.
Yes.
This is the whole, it has to get worse before it gets worse type thing. You have to go real down.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've definitely experienced that where I'm like, I don't want to feel bad.
Yeah, who
Who wants to do some tequila shots?
Who wants to feel bad? But
No one
it's-
wants to feel bad.
Yeah, and also this is where Buddhism is helpful.
Okay.
Is impermanence. Things they come and they go. It can't rain forever.
Okay. I
It's
like that.
uncomfortable.
Like this too shall pass.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
So it's really about getting support when life is lifey.
Life,
And
I say a lot. Life gets fucking lifey.
it gets lifey.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And also that is what's gonna make you wise and build your character. I like this saying that in order for there to be chemical reaction, there needs to be fire.
Oh, okay.
And fire is that stressful or a traumatic experience that then led to this post-traumatic growth.
Okay.
Like you said, like you did this deeper work.
Yeah, we got to do this deeper work, and then you're just like, oh man, things really hurt.
Yes,
they really hurt.
Things really hurt.
That's too funny.
Yeah, no, it's about being kind to yourself.
Oh wow. Nice. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, seeking the first steps. Yeah, you can get a therapist, I guess, at 12.
Yeah. And do your research. You know.
Yeah. What do you use for like research? Like I'm kidding, because like when I first started trying to get therapy, I had no clue where to go.
No,
I called UCLA and I was like, yo, I have these benefits. Who the fuck do I go see?
Yeah. So if you have insurance, go with the list of providers.
There's like a website I remember for like finding therapists.
Psychology Today.
Is it Psychology
Yes.
Today?
So Psychology Today is going to be your go-to.
Therapist Finder. Okay, they have one.
Finder.
They have a therapist finder.
And there's bio. Yeah, they have a photo.
Oh, we can find you. Can we find you?
You can find me.
Jessica Roux. Let's find her.
There we go.
Hey, look, there we go.
Yeah.
That's a great picture. And you have a video of yourself?
Yeah, so you can have an intro video.
Oh, this is cool.
So then
Nice.
you can feel someone's energy. Like, are they going to be a good fit for you? Because the research shows what's most effective in therapy is the therapeutic alliance. So that's your relationship with the therapist. It's important to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biden's State of the Union speech today, yay or nar? I don't know. Dude.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Probably a snooze fest. I don't know. Gold, what does she think about your messy setup?
I think he's rocking it.
Yeah, she was impressed at first. She's like, wow, there's a lot of moving pieces to this. There's 4 monitors.
There's all
these
kinds
lights.
of things happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next question.
I'm gonna onboard you when I have a podcast.
Oh yes, please do. Okay, Anonymous says, if I feel like I don't have any trusted adults, who should I talk to about my mental health?
Yeah, so most schools have school counselors.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. You know, pop over to their office.
Now, there was an interesting thing actually in the news in Texas. I love Texas to death, but Texas was trying to make it so it was okay to be a chaplain and be a school counselor. Like you didn't have to have a therapy degree.
Oh boy.
But also like chaplain, Texas, counselor. It was this, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean they see therapists. Yeah. I mean they see preachers.
But the requirements for being a chaplain is nothing. You can go online and take a 5-hour course and suddenly you're a chaplain. So it's this chaplain's council. I don't know. Texas is kind of weird. Yeah, a Trojan horse for evangelizing kids.
Yeah, I don't think that's the best practice.
No, not the best practice.
Yeah, but try going to your school counselor.
School counselor,
that's what they're there for. Utilize your resources.
Yeah. Hopefully have some good ones. Yeah. I talk to AI. Yeah, okay, what do you think about talking about AI I've seen some scary things where like AI is like convince people like you should go kill yourself, and it's just like
it has its limitations. Use it for school.
Don't use it for like emotions. It's not
don't
there.
Use it for emotions. No, we humans, we need connection. We're social animals. Yes.
I remember seeing this news article. It was Man, yeah, this guy apparently it was on Vice. It's terrible, yeah. But he was using a Belgian man was using an AI chatbot to kind of like try to do therapy on himself, and like that doesn't work.
Yeah, so he's not a good candidate because if he has that level of symptoms, he needs to be, in the office.
In the office, yeah.
With a human.
Yes, or at one of these, I guess these homes or okay. Here's an interesting thing. I was at the gym actually yesterday, and I heard these people talking about like sobriety, whatever houses, and then they talk about I graduate this year. Is there like graduation within rehab houses? Is that a thing?
They'll call it that.
Yeah.
Or they call it like a chip out where everyone goes around and says something nice about you, kind of wishes you well in the future.
So it's like when you're leaving that whatever the house thing.
Yeah, they'll call it graduating, but it's really a transition. Like sobriety is, it's a lifelong commitment, although it's one day at a time.
Yes, one day at a time. I like that. That's good. Yeah, don't get overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, don't get overwhelmed, or else it's like,
oh no,
oh no.
Oh no, not again.
Stay where your feet are. Put your head on the pillow sober.
I would like put my head on the pillow drunk and then put my foot down to stop the spins. And then I was just like,
I remember that.
I remember those days.
Oh man, Gio probably saved my life, guys, back in the day.
Oh, I like
Thank
that.
God we have Gio.
Oh,
all the shenanigans, my word.
Yes. It takes a village, is what I say. It takes a village.
Yes.
Yeah.
I is illness. We is wellness.
We is wellness. Ooh, I like that.
We is wellness.
You have all these fun sayings. Have you ever thought about like making like a book
You're
of all
like
these?
the third person to say
Well,
that.
okay, you keep hearing it. You should do it. Yeah.
Okay,
right?
I'm gonna work on it.
You have like some cool quotes I hear, and I'm just like, ooh, I like that one. I like that one. I like that
A
one.
lot of them are not original.
No, it's okay, but it's a compilation. Yeah, you pick the best ones. Yeah.
On my travels.
I do the same thing with my whole Gold Life page. Those quotes I write on my posts, a lot of them are not mine. It's just like something that resonated with me, and maybe I changed a word or two, and I'm like, yes, I like this.
We're just sharing wisdom.
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 Do you?
I forgot what.
Okay. Let's see.
That.
Anonymous. Hey, do you know any way to stop addictions? Ooh, you came to the expert. Jess specializes in addictions. I'm addicted to games, and I have my main exam next month, and I don't feel like studying. Yes. And when I start to study, I don't know how to study. As a therapist, do you have any tips for studying or increasing the memory power?
Yes. Okay. So how to stop addiction? We'll start with video games. So first, we want to identify what is the function of video games. What is it giving you? Is it giving you a sense of calm, joy, purpose, connection? Because people connect with people
online and stuff.
All of that. What is it giving you? And then starting to find that elsewhere that's more sustainable.
Okay.
And so identifying that, and with video games, it's going to be a titrating process, which means you need to
taper.
Taper.
You have to taper. You can't quit cold turkey.
You can't quit cold turkey because then there's going to be so much tension within your nervous system. Because if we use something outside of ourselves to regulate, once we don't have that and we don't have the skills to kind of self-soothe, then it's just going to be a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm going to come right back on the bandwagon.
So setting yourself up for success. Just start playing a little less.
Yeah, maybe I only play 2 hours a day. Some of these kids will play like 8 hours a day.
I know.
They play video games for like 8 hours, and I'm just like, this is why I try to get my Discord to incentivize them to go outside,
Love it.
Get some steps in, go practice.
Sunshine.
Dr. Sunshine. Yeah, go do something, please.
Yes, and so finding out the function, tapering, and filling up that time with something else, preferably connection.
Yeah, like IRL connections and stuff, yeah.
Yes, connection is the opposite of addiction.
I like that. There you go. See, here's another quote, Jess.
We got another one.
We got another quote.
And
Nick's saying, what does tapering mean?
So that means, let's say you play for 5 hours a day. The next day, play for 4 hours a day. The next day, play for 3 hours a day. Just keep breaking it down.
Little less, Nick.
Less, yeah. That's right. Good question. And then, okay, I don't like studying. I get it.
No one likes studying.
Yeah, so it's an investment in yourself. Maybe you can reframe it in, this is helping me get to where I want to go.
Okay.
Even though it might be grueling, just see it how it can there can be a positive spin on it. And so for studying, taking breaks, for every 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break.
They call this like Pomodoro? Yes, right?
Word.
Yeah, Pomodoro timers. Yeah, I think.
Pomodoro timers.
Yeah, I forget why it's called Pomodoro because I guess it's a I don't know what the tomato thing. Pomodoro means is tomato in Italian.
That's right.
Yeah. Pomodoro. Pomodoro technique. But I've seen some interesting ones with where is it? This is it.
And start studying sooner rather than later, so you're not cramming and stressing.
Yeah. I get some kids who are like, I'm overwhelmed. They're like, I have this big exam. I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, just break it up into sections. You got a week, so every day do a unit, and then that's all you have to do.
And studying before bed increases the likelihood of greater recall.
I didn't know that. Studying right before bed. Okay, that's a cool tip, guys. Go study right before bed.
Yeah, even if it's just 10 minutes.
Yeah, just reading some notes or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Much better than just like scrolling through Instagram, right?
Doom scrolling.
Dude, I'm such a bad doom scroll. I doom scroll all the time.
It's okay.
I know.
I'll do it. Just catching yourself. There's a lot of useful things.
I mean, some things scrolls. I do. Yeah, there are some things with the doom scrolls, but yeah, it's when I'm just like, oh, okay, I need to stop doing this.
Yeah, let's not shame ourselves.
Yes.
Let's just pause, redirect, pivot.
If I study before bed, I fall asleep faster without studying. Yes, good. That's also good because now you're actually getting the most sleep out of your the hours you have. Yeah, you're not just laying there just like air. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Any tips for increasing memory power?
Yes. not cramming, because
don't
then
cram.
it's not moved into long-term memory and it's harder to recall. So yes, we're going back to spacing it out here.
Okay. Yeah, spacing it out.
Yeah, spacing it out and kind of making it silly. I
Silly,
know for
we like
my
silly.
botany class, I just thought of all these weird words to help me think of the flower anatomy, and it worked. We want to make connections that strike an emotional chord with us. That's how we'll remember it
okay.
better.
Making that emotional connection.
Exactly. Maybe that's harder with slopes and such, but
Yeah. I like that.
yeah,
That's a good one.
Maybe there could be a way.
All right, nice. Let's go to the next question. Okay, here we go. What's a key point of making sure that your client is getting a good mindset? What is the educational requirement to become a therapist? Ooh, that's cool. And where can your services be found? We touched on that a bit, but yeah, we'll keep going. Yeah.
So a key point of making your client getting a good mindset. So we want to look at, because good is kind of a judgment word. We want to
say good is the enemy of great. Have you heard that one?
Oh, no, I
Yeah,
haven't.
like you're mediocre if you're just good.
Dang, the bar.
Good is the enemy of great.
It reminds me, if you're on time, you're late.
If you're on time, you're late. Oh, I like that. Oh, like you need to be there early.
Yeah, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so a good mindset. We want to, let's see, something that is adaptive and healthy. So a way that we could, so many directions we can go. Good mindset is they're not believing every negative thought they have about themselves. They're able to pause and work with their body. Maybe after this, we'll do a little demo.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, let's
I
do a
think
demo.
that will, because it's very experiential, and I think that will help connect some dots. And so in a good mindset, that's it's a process to retrain our brains. It has repetition. It requires repetition, because our core beliefs about ourselves are formed between ages 0 and 7.
Oh, really?
Without our consent.
Oh, wow. Without our consent.
And like the movie Inside Out, if anyone's seen it, it's a cute movie.
Wait, is that the one with the feelings and stuff?
Yes,
what is it? Inside Out.
Yeah, Pixar movie.
There's a conspiracy theory about this whole movie. And how like it connects to other things, like other Disney films. I don't know.
I
Inside Out conspiracy. There's a whole conspiracy theory about this thing. I remember. Like one of the person matches to another person in the film. Yeah.
I see.
The true villain.
Toy Story. Yes, I see it.
Yes, yeah. That it comes from Toy Story. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a good place to start is to be aware of what is the tape that's playing over and over in your mind.
Okay.
I think it's something like 80% of the thoughts we have are the same thoughts we have every day.
Oh, wow. So we're just the same things on repeat.
Same things on repeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so we want to, in a good mindset, I do a lot of trauma work with clients, so that means we have a resourcing phase and a stabilization phase to prepare them to go to those dark places where we can start to reprogram our beliefs about ourselves, because our beliefs about ourselves and the world is the pair of glasses that we see the world through. And we
this is why I guess self-esteem and confidence is such an important thing, right?
Yes. And that gets chipped away due to pain, shame, and programming.
Pain, shame, and programming. I like it. Pain, I guess, comes from others. Shame comes from yourself. Or your parents, right? Shaming you, being like, oh, you're dumb.
So many sources. It could be peers,
and then what's programming? Is that just our interactions with like social media and like in the environment?
Kind of the culture, norms, expectations.
Yeah.
Explicit and implicit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bean says he listens to Jordan Peterson a lot. Do you know who Jordan Peterson is? I've heard that name.
Peterson. I don't.
I have heard of.
Let's Google him.
Yeah, let's Google.
That might jog my memory.
Let's go to Jordan Peterson. I think I've heard this guy before. Oh, this guy. Oh wait, isn't he the one always getting banned off of like Twitter or something? This guy.
Not sure who he is.
Canadian psychologist. Oh, okay. He's a Canadian psychologist. Oh, and described as conservative. Yes, he has gotten very political, this guy. I know this guy. He's gotten like kicked off Twitter a couple times for like saying things. I think he's an anti-vaxxer or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all good. Okay. All right, cool. What is the educational requirements?
Yes.
We went over the hours, I guess, but yeah. What else?
I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, which is kind of like your
LMFT.
LMFT, which is like your standard therapist license in the state of California.
Yeah.
And you need a master's in clinical psychology.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you have to have a master's.
Yes.
Higher education. Okay, that's cool. And then you had to take a bunch of exams, I guess, maybe, right?
My grad school, we just did papers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not all have
But this is probably the hardest part right here.
Yeah, so your 3,000 hours, not all of those are face-to-face. Some of those are supervision, note-taking, client advocacy, and you have a certain requirement for seeing adults, children.
Oh, so you have to see the whole spectrum. You can't be like, I'm only a child therapist.
Exactly.
I'm only an old people therapist.
Yeah, they expose you to all sorts of things.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. Back to the question. Where can your services be found? We know, right? That was on, did we find you on Psychology
Yes,
Today?
I'm on Psychology Today. I have a private practice in Santa Monica and might get an office on in West LA too. But yeah, right now I'm in Santa Monica. I see clients in person, mostly in person and virtually.
How many do you see per day?
It ranges. Today I saw 5.
5, wow.
Yeah, that was a busier day. Sometimes 6, sometimes 2. Really depends.
Okay.
Yeah,
but you go in. Do you have to go in like 9 to 5, and like even if you're not seeing clients, you're still there?
No,
or,
if
like,
I'm not there,
if you're not scheduled, you don't have to be there.
Exactly.
Okay, very cool.
Yes. So it really depends. Each week is different. Sometimes I see clients once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. Depends on what they need.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
and the
that's
level
cool.
of or the severity of their
The severity of the symptoms. Yeah.
Yeah, how much support they need.
Have you ever had to like someone was just wilding out on you, and you were just like, I need like security or something to like take this person out?
Not to like I need security, but I just like
I have to leave the room.
I think I'm not the right fit for you,
Okay,
we can, it was handled
very well professionally. Yes, okay.
Professionally.
Yeah.
Then
I'd be like, get out of here.
I was like, okay, well, I don't think we're a good fit. You can't take things personally as a therapist.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a lot.
In general.
I mean, you have to have quite a thick skin, I guess, to like continually be like taking on other people's like. Because I guess if you're saving the space for someone, you're also having to experience that space with them. Kind of the same, right?
Yeah, you can feel the resonance of someone's pain, and that's why it's so important to do a lot of your own work. And,
I see, yeah.
And like for me, it was really important to get sober, or else I would crash and burn.
Yeah. You can't be an addiction therapist if you're still addicted, right? That's like the blind leading the blind at that point.
Yeah, and that's just for your own like peace, or else you're gonna get so burnt out. And it's lifelong work, for everybody.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the trajectory? Do therapists like? I remember my therapist was like 70 or something. She was an old woman. Like, she was real tough. I liked it. Like, she didn't hold anything back. But like, did people retire from therapy, or I guess this is something that you only get better with time, right? Because you see more clients, you understand more problems, and you become more attuned with it. I don't see it as, for instance, if you were like an auto worker or something, eventually you get too old, you're like, I can't hold the jackhammer anymore. But for you probably get better with age, right?
Yeah, this is a profession you can do for a long time. What I've heard from multiple supervisors, they say the younger therapists are almost they're not better, but sometimes they're more enthusiastic.
Okay. Where you get like kind of jaded. You're like, I've seen this shit again.
Some, not all.
I feel like my therapist was like that. She's like, I've seen you before. I know what you're going to do, and I know you're not going to listen to me. So I don't know. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, well, there are certain archetypes of people, and that's where, we want to put judgments aside.
Yes.
Everyone's so different. Truly.
Yeah, no, we are. We're all we're all I mean, I would say it's just genetically, right? We're all just a random assortment of probabilities of like genes and stuff, and they all like is depression genetic? That's actually good. I do. We talked about how it's a lot of environment, right? Mom's depressed, then like the family's gonna be depressed, the kids get depressed, but like definitely, I guess, with like disorders such as bipolar and whatnot, that is genetic, right?
Yeah, there is a genetic component that can predispose someone.
Oh, predispose.
But I don't think there is a just a direct link. Like if you have this, you will have depression.
I feel like there is though in other things though, like alcoholism, right? They usually say like if your uncle's an alcoholic, that like maybe you would be. Is that true?
This is a good point. So they have not found, and Gabor Mate talks a lot about this.
Okay.
There is no gene directed or correlated with alcoholism. The theory is that it's the same pain passed down, because alcoholism,
it's a symptom.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, so it's back to the intergenerational trauma. It's the same pain that's being passed down.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
And
You can't just like blame it on my genetics and be like, oh well, I have an addictive personality.
well, some people are more predisposed because let's
Yeah.
say like someone with ADHD, they have lower dopamine.
Yes.
So they might be more prone to getting addicted to a drug that releases
It's
dopamine
dopamine.
because
Yeah,
they're
okay.
low on dopamine.
I see.
And there could be self-medicating that goes along with ADHD.
Right.
Yeah, there's so many different avenues.
There's a lot. We can go down a lot. All right, we have some other questions that came in while we were streaming. Yes, again, if you want, I think I posted the link up here. One second, let me find where I put it. No, that's Carl Jung. Where did I put it? One second. Let me grab it real quick. Here it is. Yes, if you want to submit a question for Jess to answer here, there's the link. Feel free. It's anonymous. You can just put in whatever.
We're here for
we're
it.
here for it. I'm here for it.
Office
Yeah.
hours.
Office hours. Mental office hours.
Mental
Yes.
office. Come see the school counselor.
Yeah, come see the school counselor. Okay, so there's another question. Here it was. Okay. What are your thoughts on using low-dose psychedelics as a form of treatment? Does this become a difficult treatment option for those with addiction issues?
This is a good question.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of promising research coming out on psychedelics as far as how it can help people with treatment-resistant depression,
Yes.
PTSD.
Okay.
I'm not super versed in the research, but it is getting to the later stages of being approved by the FDA.
Okay.
So there is a lot of movement there.
But I think this should also still be, the caveat here is like, it needs to be assisted, right?
It needs to be assisted.
Like, you can't just like be like, I'm gonna take mushrooms and like fix myself.
Yes, guys.
No.
So if there isn't integration after using psychedelics, it's just getting high.
Yeah, you're just getting high.
But there, yes, a lot of research. And does this become
Treatment for those with addiction, because it is a substance.
I've seen that this happen with clients where they've gone ketamine treatments, and it can poke the beast, and it triggers their cravings, and they'll relapse. So it is a possibility, not for everyone, but for some people, yes, it can kind of poke the beast.
It pokes the beast, yeah. I see it as like, I have some friends who are like, oh, we're healing trauma, and really they're just high out of their mind, and just they think they're healing trauma, but they're really just inducing more trauma.
Yeah, and I'm not anti-psychedelics.
Yeah, I love psychedelics. Yeah, psychedelics are great.
They didn't work well for my chemistry.
Yeah.
Just like in a recreational way. But also, it's not a fix-all. I've seen it serve clients well when they've done treatment, but then their symptoms might return 6 months later.
Yeah.
There is no one fix. It's really, a lifestyle of self-care.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice. Hey, Penn Center, what's going on, dude? What does Jessica do? I'm curious now. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Jessica is she's one of my best friends from Los Angeles, and she's been a therapist for the last 5 years. No, it's okay. You're late.
Yeah, welcome.
All good. Yeah, catch up, Penn Center. Yeah.
Glad you're here.
Yeah, Penn Center, if you want to ask some any questions for Jess that we want to discuss, we have a Google form for it. Please, put them in. We are... The office is open. There you go.
Oh yeah, should we do a little demo?
Yeah, let's do a little demo. Let's do a demo while we wait. Yeah, okay.
So this is with somatic experiencing, which I do with a lot of clients. So somatic experiencing, somatic comes from the word soma, which means body.
Okay.
Experiencing is here and now. So it's sensations in the body rather than focusing on what are we thinking? What are the actual sensations here in the body?
Ooh, okay.
As a way to settle and discharge activation, which is kind of stress in the body.
Yeah, cortisol, all that stuff.
Exactly. So it's a way to get in touch with sensations, and for people in the beginning, this is really difficult. I don't feel anything.
Yeah, I don't feel shit. Like, what? I'm numb.
Or it's like my whole body is just like, I feel like I'm plugged into an electrical socket. It's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
So, we work with, I work with stabilizing that, but we could do a little demo to just help you when you are having a big emotion, or in somatic experiencing, they'll call it activation, which is sensation paired with emotion. So we could do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So, what do you want me to do?
Yeah,
where do I put my hands?
Participate wherever's comfortable.
Okay.
So, just bringing your awareness to where you're sitting.
Do I close my eyes or keep
You
my
can
eyes
do
open?
this eyes open or eyes
Ooh, I'm gonna
closed.
try eyes closed because I have too much sensation in my life. I need to turn my sensation off.
Yes.
Okay.
So also this is trauma-informed practice. We always want to give the client a choice. So you can do this eyes open or eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just connecting to your breath, noticing if your breath is in your belly or in your chest, or noticing it from the nostrils. And think about a stressful situation in your life right now. That's a 2 or 3 on a scale of 1 to 10. Nothing major, but just think about something stressful in your life right now. That's a 2 or a 3. And what sensations do you notice in your body? And so where are you noticing, Gio?
I noticed some tingling here.
Some tingling.
I think there's some tingling here. I think I also carry a lot of stress in my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always tensing up like this. Mm-hmm. Anytime I go to yoga, my teacher's put those down.
Yes. That's how a lot of stress shows up for a lot of people in the shoulders.
In the shoulders, yeah.
Yeah. So we feel some tingling sensation here, some tenseness in the shoulders. Is there a place in your body that feels less bad or more neutral?
Ooh, my legs feel
your
great.
Legs feel great. Okay. Bring your awareness to your legs.
Mm-hmm.
And so for anyone else out there trying this, bring your awareness to a place that feels less bad. And what do you notice happens next, Gio, when you focus on your legs?
They feel kind of warm, and I don't feel my chest as much.
Okay, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's just staying with that warm sensation. Does it have a direction? Is it moving up or down or side to side?
Moving down.
Moving down, okay.
Like rooting into the ground.
Okay, yeah, go with that and see what happens next.
The rest of my body feels like it's going up.
Oh, it's going up. And is that pleasant?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's uplifting or something. That's kind of cool.
And what do you notice when you bring your awareness back to the chest where you felt that sensation?
I feel heavy. I feel I'm getting weighed down again, I guess.
And is that weightedness pleasant, neutral, unpleasant?
It's calming, I guess.
It's calming.
It's not as stressful, but it's calming.
It's
calming. It's like a weighted blanket.
Yes. So we do a lot of grounding. So what we did there is what they call in somatic experiencing pendulating.
Pendulating, okay.
So you'll notice, area of tension in the chest. It's tight, it's uncomfortable. Okay, but my legs feel a little more calm. I'm going to pendulate there. Okay, legs feel a little more calm, keeping my awareness there. We pendulate back to the chest. Okay, there's a little less activation in the chest.
Okay.
So we're just looking for 5% incremental changes to settle the story your body is telling you.
Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You're focusing on something else, but you're still coming back.
You're coming back to check in. If it's still, so let's say, that it's still a lot of activation there. There's a lot of discomfort. Okay, let's stay at the feet a little longer.
Oh, okay.
Or we would do this tool called orienting, where you literally just take in your surroundings. The details,
There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on in my surroundings right now.
It's a resourceful place. But orienting helps our lower brain to feel calm.
Okay.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed, look for the rainbow in the room. Ooh. What's red, what's orange, what's yellow, what's green.
Oh, I see. You go through the list.
Go through the list.
Oh, that's super cool.
Because this gets you into your neocortex and out of your limbic brain.
Okay.
Where the stress and anxiety is existing. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. I like that.
It's cool, right?
That's since Jason says, but I can only see in black and white. I smell in color. What are you, a dog, dude? What?
You can you could do 5 things you feel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things you feel. 4 things you hear.
Ooh.
3 things you okay, so 5 things you see.
Okay.
4 things you feel.
Yes.
Yes, and then
3 things you hear.
3 things you hear. 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste.
Ooh, taste.
Go through the senses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you Google it, it will remind you how
That's
to do
cool.
this. Things to have in your back pocket. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the rainbow. Feel the weight of your body.
I like this. Yeah, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 coping technique.
Yes.
Oh, this is great. Mm-hmm. Jamarcus says, "What do I do if my heart is beating backwards?" What, dude?
Focus on with your feet.
Penn Center asks, "I need to know Jess's skincare routine. Queen is radiant.
So nice.
Queen is radiant."
Oh, not drinking alcohol. It's just so great.
Oh, sorry, Penn Center.
No,
We're gonna stop drinking
I
alcohol.
like this brand Clear Stem.
Clear Stem, okay.
Yeah, Clear Stem. One of their serums is popping.
Clear Stem
Yeah.
Serum. Let's look it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plug this.
Yeah, it's the blue one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Apple stem cells. This is more your niche.
Oh, wow. Stem cells. This is cool.
I'm a fan.
Be clear, age well. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Penn Center. Yeah, so if you want great radiant skin like Jess has, there you go, dude. That's it, man. That's a nay, dog. Okay. Roses are gray, violets are a
nay,
different
dog.
shade of gray. Screw it, let's go to the park. A poem by dog.
Aw.
That's funny.
Dogs are great.
All right, let's see. So yeah, cool. We did the psychedelics and stuff. All right. Here's a good one. How do I get over the feeling of not being good enough and feeling like a disappointment? People say that I'm doing better than most and I want to believe it, but I feel like a disappointment to my parents. I'm reluctant to do work. I procrastinate things sometimes. I can't shake the feeling that I should be doing and acting so much better, but I'm not. Ooh.
This is a really great question. And then, again, thank you for the courage. For,
Yeah,
putting it
good
out
courage
there.
for saying this.
That's,
Yeah.
That's such a big step to be like, hey, this is what's going on. What do you think? I need some help.
Yeah.
So not feeling good enough. If I was in session with somebody,
Yeah.
I would ask them, when did you first start feeling that way?
Okay.
What was the worst memory of feeling that way?
Okay.
Because something shifted there where that was internalized and became like a core belief about themselves. And our core beliefs are running the show. They need to be right. So we will find evidence that confirms it's right, even if we don't want to believe it.
Okay.
So this is a lot of unconscious work. We need to go into the subconscious. And that means meditation, things like EMDR,
Okay.
which is a trauma-focused modality.
Ooh, EMDR, I like that. Sounds cool.
Yeah, so I would look for evidence of how you're not a disappointment.
Yeah, look for evidence how like they should be proud of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Gratitude. We love gratitude, right?
Yeah, and I'd be curious about what was the messaging from parents that perhaps got internalized. Like,
Yeah.
because some parents are, so strive oriented. Like,
Yeah.
it's never good enough because that was their experience growing up.
Yeah, they don't stop the trauma.
So stop the trauma. Break the
buck
cycle.
stops here.
You all are breaking the cycle by being here, first of all.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's about how knowing that that's not your story, that's not your burden to carry. And if oftentimes when parents push their kids so much, you gotta strive, you gotta, do doctor, lawyer, whatever it is, they're trying to protect their kids
Right.
by like directing them in a way that towards a career that's like successful. But there's so many other ways to be successful.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Like so many other self-esteem things. For me, it was a musical instrument. I was like really good at the cello, and so anytime like I was like, man, my life sucks, I'd be like, but at least I'm good at the cello. So like, screw it. So I think it's very good to have a hobby.
Yes, hobbies are so important. Yeah, it's so spiritual, something creative. Yes. I agree.
The thing here is that my parents are supportive and stuff. Like they push me to try and be the best I can, but not more than what I'm comfortable with, unless it's for the better. So your parents are great. So it's
Okay.
not your parents. So this is self-imposed, I guess.
Okay, so we can be in a place where we outsource our sense of validation on external circumstances.
Okay.
So how can it be good enough for you? And what is the belief that it's not good enough? Like, what is the story running behind there?
Yeah. What's the background?
Yeah, what's the background?
What's the background? That's cool.
And what do you want to believe about yourself?
Yeah, what do you want to believe?
And doing some meditation, focusing on that. Because we can't change our beliefs by talking like this. We need to be in a different wavelength. We need to be in a meditative space. That's how we access our subconscious.
Do you have like a favorite meditation? Like, what got you into meditation? Do you have like a favorite meditation tape or something you did?
Favorite meditation? So there's this program called To Be Magnetic. It's manifestation work based on neuroscience and psychology, and they do these deep imaginings where it's a membership. But I'm just like, woo.
Yeah, you like this? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
like
the woo.
buzzing after.
Oh, what's up, Sam? Sam, Jess graduated from Samo High. Yeah, woo! We got another Samo High grad. Yeah.
I saw they have a new building when I drove by.
They have a new
there
building?
the other
Yeah.
day. I was like, yeah, that looks nice.
Oh wow! Oh, they charge a little bit of a penny for this.
Yeah, it's an investment in yourself.
Investment in yourself.
Yeah, but they're okay. So, let's show them the app.
What do you want me to show?
Insight Timer.
Oh
That's
yes,
a
I've heard a
great
lot of good
app.
things about this one, Insight Timer. Yeah.
Just what works for me may not work for you. Just something that helps you slow down. And you're not a bad meditator. Let's debunk that
Yeah.
in case it's not already debunked. There's only awareness and non-awareness.
Okay, good.
And we just come back to, awareness. My mind was wandering, and now I'm back with my breath or whatever it is, whatever the anchor.
And then I think this also keeps track of a streak, right?
It does.
Which is very important, I think, because when you see the streak of something, you're like, okay, cool. And this is another maybe self-esteem thing, right? Because then if you're like, oh man, at least like I have this under control in my life. My friend has a good quote because some people will be like, oh, I don't have 10 minutes in the day to meditate. It's like, if you say that, go meditate for 20. Like if you don't have 10 minutes, you need to go meditate for 20 because you need to figure out how to get those 10 minutes back.
Yeah, that's just the anxiety talking. I don't have the time to meditate. But if you're so busy, you need to be efficient. You need to be dialed in. Meditation is what's going to give you that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is cool. I think I have used this in the past. My thing, right? And they have a breathwork library. And they got
so
yoga.
much.
What?
Yeah, with their.
They've added so much. When I first started using this app, it was just like bell, and then like, did you listen? Were you there? You know, wow.
Yeah,
this
they've
is
really
cool.
expanded.
I know this thing. What's this thing called? Calm.
Yeah, that's a really popular.
It's an app, right? Is an app called Calm?
Headspace is another popular one.
Okay. Calm. Yeah,
You
I've
just
heard of this
YouTube some meditations. I used to do that in college.
Yeah, I have a friend who's like done like meditation tapes too. They like make them and whatnot. Yeah, there's so many resources. You guys live in the most golden of times.
Yes.
You can literally go to YouTube and find everything.
At your disposal.
It is. I think the hardest thing is like getting them to go find it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just getting out of our own way. Like, let me take this new action. I'm gonna do a little experiment and see how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I always say like, I'll try anything twice, except for certain things, but but yeah, and I did that the same with therapy. I did that with yoga. I was like, let me just try it out and we'll see what happens. And I was like, oh wow, this is great. Oh, what's up, Eat of the Pie Eye?
That's my backyard.
What's up, Peach Tea Lingo? What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah, so this is here, let me get the copy how do I copy links these days? Okay. There we go. Yes, awesome. Yeah, good to see you, Dawn, too. Yeah, shout out to all you guys. Yeah, these are these awesome. So I have a bunch of other people on Twitch who stream math stuff as well, and so they do similar. They help people with math. Eat of the Pie Eye. His name is Zach. He actually runs a math course that he does, and he's great. He's a saint because like he creates this course, and then people get the worksheets, and then they work on it live with him like throughout the week.
Right
So it's a very
on.
Socratic like teaching style.
Doing
30,
that.
yeah, Pog, yeah.
Do you remember tutoring me? when
Did I
was-
tutor you?
Yes.
Did I ever tutor you? Oh wow.
I was doing a summer class at UCLA.
Yeah. Oh, you were
Ooh.
doing a summer class. I think I do remember. Was it like
Pre-calc.
it was pre-calc?
Oh.
Okay, I tutored Jess in pre-calc. Yeah.
UCLA does not play.
UCLA does not play.
I was
yes.
like dropping this class.
You're like,
It's okay.
Did you drop it?
I had to drop it.
No,
It's okay.
you had to drop it.
It's okay.
Oh.
Look, I'm still doing the thing.
You're still doing the thing, yeah.
So don't fret, guys, if you gotta drop a class.
Yes. What's up, Hart? Dude, yeah, good to see you guys, dude. Yes, what's up in Simplex? Yes, so for those that don't know, this is the Golden Hour AMA podcast. I have special guests on every week, and this week I'm joined by my awesome, great best friend in LA, Jessica Roux. She's been a therapist for 5 years, and she's answering a bunch of like mental health questions that kids are asking. And if you have any questions you want to ask, please feel free. I put the link there. There's a Google Forms. It's anonymous. put in anything you want to ask Jess, and we're gonna answer it here live on the stream. So yeah,
Groovy.
it's groovy. I was going for airbending elements. Yes, you guys are all funny. Let's see. I think. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one. What was this? What made you pick a therapist as a career when you could have picked something else? I think you said you were called to it, right?
Yeah, I was so called. I wanted to help people. I'm super passionate about just psychology in general and just growing in different ways. Like I'm getting trained in somatic experiencing right now, which is just super groovy and helpful for clients. It's so helpful. The tools, just like working with sensation and grounding and all those.
And you get to learn more about yourself too, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's constant learning.
Constant learning.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in constant learning. You know, I think that's why I do what I do here, right? It's just every time I have a kid ask a question, I'm like, oh, I have to either relearn something that I learned before, or I have to go learn something new. And I think that's what keeps us like alive and young.
Yeah, as long as we're alive, we're growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use it or lose it. It includes the brain.
Includes the brain. Yeah, we want to keep it sharp, guys.
You can do it in Twitch too, Danny. Yeah, put it in Twitch as well. Because it's like mental health stuff, sometimes people don't want to be public or they want to be anonymous.
Yeah, we're giving the option.
We're giving the option. You can totally own whatever question you want to ask. Like, please do it, Danny. Yeah, you're great. Danny's always got some very interesting discussions and he has some like theoretical debates about things. Let me see. I think agreeable and studious kids mostly hang around here, so they tend to have similar mindsets. If you go to another channel for delinquents, they tend to have similar personalities too. Yes, that's the hot tub streams and the ASMR ones where the girls are like licking the ears and stuff. You're all a bunch of degenerates. No, don't go to that channel. Don't do it. No. But yes, I talk about this actually. I was talking about this on one of my other podcasts because people were like, "Were you a nerd, Dr. Gold, when you were young and whatnot?" And like, how did you get to where you were? And like, who do you appreciate? I appreciate my parents, of course, but I really appreciate my high school friends because my high school friends were all similarly driven. They wanted to do well in math or science, and when you're surrounded by that energy and those people, you do it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that saying, you're the sum of the 5 people.
Sum of the 5. You're the five closest. Yeah. So that's another important thing. You know, it's okay if you don't have 5 of your closest because I understand these days it's hard to like make friends. But being able to like take an inventory of like, hey, who are the 5 people I hang out with, and like, are these people that like I would want to be? Like, would I want to be on their shoes?
That's a great standard to have.
Yeah. Let's see. Danny's got a good one. Open question topic. Any off-the-top thoughts about misinformation about mental health, pop psychology? Ooh, pop psychology. This is a big one. Yeah. What are your thoughts on pop psychology and social media forums?
So there is a lot of useful information, and I think there is digestible. But where it can be a little controversial is if people are trying to diagnose themselves or like, this is what I have.
This is the whole thing. They're like, I'm autistic. I remember my ex she'd be like, I think I'm autistic. I'm like, what? Like, stop. What? It's like trendy to have a mental disease. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah, people can use it as like an identity, and we don't want to outsource ourselves based on that. You know, we're so much more. You know, we're our whole essence, our whole spiritual identity. So yeah, just look at you know, who is creating that content. Are they reputable?
Did they go to school like you?
Did they go to school? And also, I think goes for anything. If they're leading with this like agenda of this is the only way, and they're trying to create fear, you know, they're trying to hit pain points, which is trying to just sway people.
I see. They're almost being manipulative.
Exactly.
Right? They're like, I know I can poke here, and you're gonna click on my shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know, like, let's see, a buzzword now is narcissism.
Yes.
Not everyone.
Or they're like, oh, my ex-boyfriend was a narcissist, and it's like, no, you were just crazy. It's okay.
A lot of people have narcissistic traits.
Sure.
That doesn't mean they're textbook narcissistic personality disorder. You know, it's all, everything's a spectrum.
Yes.
You know, narcissism, depression, anxiety. We all have a little bit of everything. It's part of being a
It's the human experience.
Exactly. Yeah, so just, you know, look at the sources.
Let's see. Can one use pop psychology books in a practical way to help with specific personality hardships, taking what you think works and dropping what doesn't? Like selective pop psychology.
Yeah, always. Like, I say that to my clients. You know, if something we talk about or a perspective I have doesn't resonate, take what works and leave the rest. Because because not everything's going to land, and there's different ways to get your message across. So it's really like,
It's not a one-size-fits-all type
not one
thing.
size. It's a lot of energy. Like, whose energy do you resonate with, and what they're communicating, all of that.
Oh, that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, if it works, it works. Seriously, sometimes I skip reading Gold's Discord for 5 days, get the popcorn and then read all. Yeah, I have some characters in my Discord.
I was perusing.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah,
I'm like, they're having fun.
we do need noise. Where's noise? Yeah, noise would be a great one for this. I feel I tell Jess a lot of like half of my tutoring experiences is being like an impromptu therapist.
Yes.
Like a lot of times, if a student's struggling in school, it's not just because of the mathematical or whatever difficulty. It's that there are other things going on in their life,
absolutely.
and we're trying to like mitigate that and like put band-aids on it.
Yeah, when I was a school counselor, the focus, like the principal was like, oh, help them, with their home, or not help them with their homework, but help them work through the blocks that are inhibiting their performance in school.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is like peer relationships or what's going on at home,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, the stuff they can't control and whatnot.
Exactly.
I think Sam was asking, who's your favorite teacher at Samo High?
Oh, Mr. Hedrick was great. I'm not sure what year this person is. Oh, Miss
They're a senior.
Stevens. Is Miss Stevens still there? She teaches English.
She's a great one.
Mr. Gottlieb for French. I owe him an amends because
Oh.
I was rowdy in that class. Yeah. Let's see. Who else was there?
That's too funny.
Ah,
Yeah, most of my bad years in school were when I was busy with other stuff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. There's a lot of variables at play. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, here we go. Danny, thanks, Aaron. Follow up. Mental health ideas in theory have changed drastically in recent years. Do you think any of the current modern theory of mental health will definitively last forever, or should we just treat everything as the theory right now? Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so things are constantly evolving,
Right.
and that's the hope. Like, kind of now the approach is just pure talk therapy is almost archaic.
Oh, really?
There needs to be some somatic work. There needs to be some trauma work because that's what's running the show is our subconscious.
Yeah,
And we
the
can't-
monkey brain or something that's like controlling our body.
Yeah, and the body has been neglected for so long, but we all speak the universal language of physiology, so it would behoove us to incorporate that in our process.
Okay. Yeah, because you're taking a recent course, I think, right? You told me you got a certificate or something. Remember what the name of that thing was?
Oh, maybe it was EMDR training.
Maybe it was Yeah, I think it was EMDR.
Yeah.
You talk about this on your Instagram and too.
Yeah, EMDR.
Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing.
Yeah.
What is this? You want to talk about this?
Yeah, EMDR is great. So it's one of the gold standards for trauma, which could be little t trauma, big T trauma. The theory behind it is that when we dream, our eyes are going, in REM sleep, our eyes are going back and forth, and we're integrating the day.
Okay.
And in EMDR...
Like we're replaying it back almost?
Yeah, exactly. Processing it. And because trauma is also something that happens too fast, too quickly, and or no, too much too quickly.
Too much too quickly.
Too much too quickly.
Yeah.
That's how you can kind of identify if something is traumatic. And so with EMDR, these negative beliefs are stored in our limbic brain. And that means we have all these automatic responses that are disruptive to us. And EMDR helps move the memory in the limbic brain across this neural fiber bridge to the neocortex, where people can look back on an event with more neutrality and acceptance.
Okay,
It
like more
has
of like a
this-
logical brain than just an emotional like reaction. They're just like, I hate this. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it takes away some of the charge. My client said it feels like the volume was turned down, or
Okay.
the heat was turned down about a certain memory that's troubling them. And yeah, that's one way. Oh yeah, and so
But you're doing this physically? Like you're physically causing this. This isn't just talking something through.
yeah, so what's happening is the way I work with EMDR is clients are holding these little buzzers in their hands. They just
Oh, what?
vibrate.
They hold these buzzers?
They vibrate back and forth. It's actually very soothing, just like a baby likes to be rocked back and forth.
Oh my god, this is too funny.
This buzzing in the hands it is a bilateral stimulation.
Okay.
This helps integrate trauma. And so what this does Yeah, these little buzzer guys. Yeah, I have that little machine on the left.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
so
little thing here,
yeah,
yeah.
and yeah, so clients hold like these little buzzers.
Oh wow, this reminds me of something from like
I know it looks like mad science.
what's going on here? This reminds me of what's it like the Scientology
Oh my
thetan
God,
layers,
people always
Scientology
have something to say about it. I
thetan
get it.
levels. Yeah, dude, who knows about the? Yes, the operating but like, have you seen the machine they have? this is their machine or something.
Oh my goodness, I've not seen that.
I don't know how it actually works. I think it runs like a current through your hand and measures resistance.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but okay, explain to us what's happening here. What's
so-
happening when someone goes through a
so
session like this?
This is something that we prepare for. Is you walk through a traumatic memory with these buzzers. So it's like your physiology is reliving it, and
Okay.
that can be a lot for people.
Sure,
so you
sure.
a lot of resourcing before. We don't just throw
What's
you in.
resourcing? Sorry.
Just like stabilizing the body, reducing anxiety, stabilizing kind of activation in the body.
Okay.
You know, like what we did earlier. That
Yes,
would be
yeah.
a form
Was
of
that the
resourcing.
or that was the pendulating thing?
Both are
Okay.
forms of resourcing, absolutely. And so then we walk through a traumatic memory, and with these buzzers, they go back and forth for about a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and then I check in. What are you noticing? I'm noticing tension in my chest. I'm noticing just how scared I was when that happened, and I say, okay, go with that, because your associative networks, it's all unfolding, and I'm just there kind of letting the process
Guiding it, yeah.
guiding. And if it's too much activation for someone, then we do some resourcing. You know, we just put the image aside, focus on some grounding, focusing on a calm, peaceful place in your mind. But what this does is it takes the memory, the traumatic memory, and stores it more adaptively in the neocortex,
Okay.
where there's less charge around it.
Less just like emotional response to it, I guess, right? You can see it more from a logical point of view.
Exactly.
Like that was supposed to happen, cool, whatever. Like, but I'm not upset about it.
Exactly. Well, it may still bring pain for
Sure.
sure, but it won't overwhelm you the same way. Yeah,
Peachy says, what if the traumatic memory was forgotten?
Ooh, yes.
But like trauma's still hitting you, right?
So yes.
Because don't you
see this
lose your
often.
memory when a traumatic experience happens, right?
That
I've heard
can
that.
happen. Yeah, we dissociate as a protective mechanism.
Right.
So if the memory is forgotten, we just work with the emotions and the body sensations.
Okay. Oh, someone put the baby voice. I have a vocoder that, like, if someone buys it on the stream, it makes us all sound like we're like little aliens. For 30 seconds, it's funny. Nice. Do I sound like an alien? Yeah, she sounds like an alien. We'll have to go back on it. That'd be too funny. Yeah, the EMDR is super helpful. You can, work with it. Any negative belief about yourself, you can. It helps reprogram. How long does one of these sessions like take? Like half hour?
So this, when I do a desensitization session, when we're going into a memory, we
Yeah.
want to start right away, so we have as much time as possible to stabilize if there is like a big activation that
Okay.
comes up. But yeah.
My girlfriend's brother is also a clinical psychologist. Very cool.
Yeah, so
You're a psycho. How
I'm
does
a
it work?
therapist. So a psychologist,
what's the
they
difference?
have their PhD or PsyD.
Okay.
Yeah, so and a therapist, psychotherapist, we have a master's.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, therapist. Okay.
Okay.
Danny says
Right on.
EMDR seems trauma focused. I'm intrigued by exposure therapy as a model for sort of training trauma victims to unlearn the trauma response. I've heard this, right?
Yes,
Like for
exposure
instance,
therapy.
if something always brings up like a traumatic, that you need to slowly integrate yourself with that, like
Yeah.
keep experiencing it. Do you have any thoughts about exposure therapy?
Yeah, so that is like ERP, exposure relapse prevention. That's the gold standard for OCD. And that means a gradual exposure. So you give your body an opportunity to adapt to that stressor. This is in somatic experiencing, we do titrating. So feel into the stress a little bit. If it's too much, then we back off, and we keep doing this over and over.
Okay.
And gradually someone can, go to the grocery store or go in a public restroom.
Oh, like if they were assaulted at a grocery store, they're just like, I can't go to grocery stores anymore.
Yeah, it could be a number of things.
I gotta DoorDash everything.
It's gradual exposure
Okay.
in a way where you feel safe. Going back to polyvagal theory,
okay.
science of safety and connection, we need to, build up those resources, feel safe in our body.
Sounds
That's
like
number one.
sounds like an awful lot of awful lot like resilience training, almost like lifting a weight until it becomes better. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we are very resilient beings, and we just get really disempowered. So I believe in like reconnecting to that resilience.
Okay.
We all have. You know, it takes some doing at times, but you know, slow and steady.
Yeah, Peachy says, one thing that helped me steer away from negative thought patterns was reminding myself
Yes.
I am not my brain.
Love that.
Working
So-
beyond the initial thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your thoughts are suggestions.
Your thoughts are suggestions. I like that. Well, I have a question. Okay, so with this exposure therapy, what if like a certain person causes trauma to you? Like, how do you expose yourself to that person again? Even because that's something hard, right? And also unfair, right? You can't tell someone like, hey, you need to like come into my life for like 2 minutes at a time so I can like get, resilient to it, right? It doesn't really work.
Yeah, so there's different ways to approach that. There's this technique called the empty chair experiment, which was developed by Gestalt. And so
Empty chair technique?
Empty chair technique. So you're in a chair, and I did this with a client yesterday, actually. And we have another chair, and you're talking, it's like you're talking to that person.
Okay.
And then you respond for them. Of course, it's not going to be exact.
Oh,
but
so you're
kinda
like pretending what they
channeling.
would say. Yeah.
Yeah, and this can give people another perspective. So that's one way to kind of expose yourself to the dynamic. You could also write a letter not to send. It depends, like, who is this person in your life? Are they family? Are they a
Right.
parent? Are they someone you don't need to see?
You don't need to see anymore.
You're just cleaning house.
Get out.
Exactly. Good vibes only.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know about this empty chair technique. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, some powerful stuff comes up.
Oh man.
Because you don't think it will. I was like, that looks cheesy. I'm like, I get it. But when you kind of embody that resonance, different things pop up. Oh, I bet your people have had this experience. Okay,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
going up to ask a teacher a question, and as they're walking up, they're like, oh, I figured it out.
Yeah. I don't need to. I already know it. I don't know it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It gives you because when you ask a question, your brain is formulating it in a different way, in a different perspective. And that's what's happening in empty chair. Kind of giving yourself a different perspective.
Which is then you can then analyze your other original thoughts. Be like, oh, this is blown out of proportion. Like, why am I thinking this? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little more room for new insight.
Nice. We had another anonymous question. Let me pull it up. Yeah, keep the questions coming. I love them, dude. We're good. Yeah. The other one was, do you have any particular success stories that you are able to share with the group?
Ooh, yeah. Success
Any notable
stories.
ones?
When people are just able to stay sober
Yeah.
and their life gets bigger, they're doing their career, they're buying a home, they're
Having healthy relationships
having
again.
healthy, the inner peace, that is one of the biggest gifts. To see clients have inner peace. Yeah, I have some that I don't work with anymore, and they'll reach out, they'll give me little updates.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm celebrating you.
Aw.
And to just be able, I've had clients that they can't go outside.
What do you mean they can't go outside?
They're just like
too much trauma?
agoraphobic.
Oh,
just,
agoraphobic. Oh, no.
Severe anxiety. And they're able to like go outside, go grocery store shopping.
Yeah.
It's like it's the little things for them that are just super significant. Yeah, a lot of my success stories are just people like staying sober.
Yeah, that's
Maintaining
cool.
sobriety.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Danny says, question, in your experience, is it always better to keep reintroducing the trauma trigger, even though that's tough? Is there ever a strong justification to allow someone to just avoid the trauma trigger for the rest of their lives?
This is a good question. So, when we talk about a trauma in therapy, for instance, what's great about EMDR is that you don't have to go into the whole story, because when we go into the whole story, your body is reliving it, and that's not always effective. So we just get the headlines, and you want to revisit the sensations and emotions in a titrated way, so you don't.
When you mean titrated, you mean like slowly reintroducing, or what?
Just feel a little.
Because I know
bit
titrated
at
in
a
chemistry.
time.
Chemistry is like acids and bases. I know how to titrate that.
Yeah, so we want to just feel a little bit of the emotion.
Gotcha.
And so this is what I do with clients. We'll feel into a little of that sticky area. It's too much. I'm starting to dissociate. Okay, so let's feel the floor beneath you. Let's look
okay.
outside. Let's orient. Let's get moving a little. So things like that, so they can start to build up that resilience again of feeling your feelings. Good news is you feel your feelings. Bad news is you feel your feelings.
Uh-oh. Peach Student says, I find that life sometimes works like dominoes, and I see things as red and green dominoes, bad and good. It seems like red dominoes beget more red, green more green. Yeah, right? You know, if I've seen this in a couple, I've read a bunch of self-help books and whatnot.
That's great.
But they talk about, you know, if you focus on the negative things in life, more negative things will happen.
Yeah.
Because you're like subconsciously channeling that in. But if you focus on the good things, more good things happen.
Well, confirmation bias.
Confirmation
too.
bias, yeah, right? Yeah.
You will find what you're looking for.
Yeah. For the kids that don't know, confirmation bias is actually it's a cool thing, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty groovy thing.
Yeah, confirmation bias is like, have you ever noticed, you for whatever reason, like maybe your parents got a new car and it was like a truck, like a Ford truck, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, everyone on the road has a Ford truck. And it's like, no, it's just you are now seeing it more often because it's in your mind.
It's in your mind,
and
exactly.
that confirms your belief of like everyone has a Ford truck, and so that's what you look for. I think it's a huge thing today in like politics, right? I mean, that's why we have such extreme views, and why they're allowed to persist is because with the internet, we're allowed to find our tribe.
Exactly.
Right?
You can confirm or deny anything.
I can
based
find
on
someone who
Google
believes
search.
the earth is flat. Like,
Exactly,
it's on the
yes.
internet, right? They're there.
Exactly,
In the old days, if I was in town and I started saying this shit, someone would like slap me and be like, no. Like someone at church would be like, no, no, dude, the earth is not flat. You stop. And then you'd be like, okay, that's it.
Exactly. So, you know, because there's more exposure for people with these views, it gives them a platform and it reinforces the belief too. And another way it can show up confirmation bias is like, you know, something bad happens that day, something stressful, and a person might go, see, like stressful things always happen to me. But it's like, no, you just had a stressful thing. It's not a stressful life. And so just, you know, if we train ourselves to find gratitude, expect miracles, you'll feel different.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. Yeah, the gratitude. Yeah. Oh, I have an interesting question for you. What's your take on like astrology?
Ooh.
Because that's a big LA thing. Like LA, anytime I meet a girl or something, she's like, "What are your 3 signs?" And I'm just like,
your sun,
man."
moon, your rising.
There's always the text joke of like, you know, like, "Hey mom, what time was I born?" And like, mom's like,
Run.
Like, no, this is not the girl for you.
So I think astrology is a portal to entertain the possibilities.
Okay, cool. Okay.
It's interesting. I find it helpful and accurate at times, but
You take the parts you want. Kind of, it's like pop psychology, I guess. You take what works.
exactly. And yeah, there's some truth about like, well, I think about like certain characteristics, but there's some things that I read, I'm like, nah, that's not accurate. I'm a Sagittarius, for what it's worth. And
Are you a Sag?
I'm a Sag.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Are you Aries?
I'm Aries,
Aries.
Leo, Sag.
Yeah,
I'm all fire signs.
Me and fire signs are just like buddies.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think, you know, if you trace back to the roots of astrology, there's like some trippy stuff there. And I think it's, you know, I can't retrieve it from my mind right now, but it's, yeah, no, there's
Have you seen this stuff?
there.
It's called like body networking or something. Networking stuff of I don't
Human
know.
design?
Oh yes.
Human design. That's
What's-
like astrology.
Is it? Yeah, but it's human design chart. It's like this stuff. Oh my god, when someone like starts pulling up this, man.
Yeah, that I don't understand.
I don't understand this. Like apparently this is, and they're like, oh yeah, my 57 channel with my 7 channel, and that's why I got divorced.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what?
That's overwhelming. I think it's cool though. I'm a manifesting generator. I
Okay.
don't know too much what that means though.
Kabbalah charts?
Oh, Kabbalah.
What's this?
I'm not
This
sure
look
about
this
Kabbalah.
looks like I mean this it looks like something I've seen on like a psychedelic festival or something.
Yeah,
man,
someone's
dude.
tattoo at Burning Man.
I've seen a tattoo at Burning Man with someone with this. Like I get it. It's there.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that.
Yeah.
But, you know, take what works for you, what speaks to you. Drive on that.
Danny says, "Is there any new exciting mental health research you're itching to read up or talk about?"
Let's see. That's a good question.
Because do you have to take board exams? Do you have to like recertify yourself?
We have to do continuing education.
CEs.
credits.
Yeah, CEs.
So I'm in the middle of somatic experiencing training, which is a 3-year program.
Okay.
And next module, we're going to be learning about. I think this is interesting. It's not very positive, but we're gonna learn about sexual assault and how to heal that from a somatic lens. So I'm looking forward to learning about that because a lot of my clients have experienced.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So, let's see. But I can't think of anything else. I'm gonna have to circle back to that.
Well, that's all. I know in the office that you build in, that you work in, right? There's a lot of ketamine research upstairs where they're doing like the fMRI stuff. Yeah, that's what Nico.
Building?
Yeah, in that building do you work in Nico's building?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't. Oh, you work
I'm
across the
where
street.
Union Bank used to be, that big black building.
Okay. In Nico's building, they do a lot of, and I've seen this is all the rage. They're all talking about like, ketamine, whatever, depression and stuff. And then I see some other conflicting research that shows that the reason why ketamine works for depression is because it activates the same receptors as opioids.
Interesting.
So it's not an opioid, but the pharmacological way that it works, it mimics it.
Yeah.
And so once the people get off the ketamine, they start feeling bad again. It's just like, can't
that's
keep doing ketamine
why some
all the
people
time.
can get addicted to, or one of the reasons addicted to painkillers, because it works on emotional pain. Opioids.
Opioids, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Most powerful one.
totally.
Sam says the Montana one. Probably on. Dude, there's a bunch of ketamine clinics in Los Angeles. They're all the
this
rage.
one's on Wilshire.
Yeah.
But they're popping up all over the place. Make sure they are ethical. I cannot.
I've heard some friends they go to them. They're not even guided. Like I
Yeah.
thought you're usually supposed to have a therapist there in order to integrate what's happening, not just like I want to go do drugs and get high.
So what's unfortunate when these type of things come up, people see money making opportunity.
Exactly.
Yes. So there needs to be integration. Before and after, or like consultation before, integration after. If there isn't that, they're just trying to make money.
They're just trying to make money. Yeah. I always say it's the thing. I call it like enlightenment then laundry. Like you can have all these grandiose ideas of like, I figured out my life and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, like you still got to do laundry. Like you have to reintegrate that into like what your actual like thing is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I have a question. I've been seeing it promoted with some, including vets with PTSD, that hallucinogens are used with therapy. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit earlier, like psychedelic assisted therapy. I'm not anti it. I'm not super versed in the research. I know that it's getting approved more with the FDA. It's in like the final stages. For some folks, it can definitely be helpful. For others, it can poke the beast.
Yeah, it pokes the beast. It just triggers.
If they're in recovery from drugs and or alcohol, it can make them have cravings for drugs.
Yeah. How does that work actually in the hospital? Like if you, so for instance, if you're like in sobriety, a recovering opioid addict and whatnot, and let's say for whatever reason you break your arm and they're like, we got to give you some Vicodin. What happens? Do they do it?
So there's different, people will do differently. So I know some people in recovery where they've had like a knee replacement.
Oh, yeah.
And what they'll do is they'll just call their sponsor every time they take their pain meds.
Oh, interesting. But they still take the pain meds.
Yeah. So some people, need to.
You can't just go through it without like just be like just grit and bear it.
There's some things where we're like, let's be sensible.
Yes.
And just being really honest with yourself, like, are you
using to use, or is it because like you're literally in pain?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Was it YA3 said, is there a field of psych with optimizing as a goal rather than getting to normalcy? Okay, so like psychology, I guess most therapy we think of as like just trying to become normal again, right? Like there's something wrong, we're trying to get to normal. He's talking about like psychology to become like, I guess like super brainy.
Yeah, like normalize or destigmatize.
Well, I think he's talking about like optimizing you to become like. Have you seen that movie Limitless or something where the guy takes a pill or something?
No,
and something like where we only the whole tagline is what we only use like 5% of our brain or something technically. Yeah, Limitless pill, and this person takes a pill and can use the full 100% spectrum of their brain, and then the consequences that come with that. I guess that's more nootropics, right? If we think about like people who are like trying to like biohack their brain to be like super productive.
Yes. So we use 100% of our brain. I think like, there's research that debunks that, but I think where the 10% comes in is that we're not using our full capacity because we get distracted by things. We want instant gratification. So,
Swipe.
Yeah, so we're not reaching our fullest potential due to all these things that are just, they're not inherently bad, but they're just distracting.
I see. Yeah, just distractions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Hey.
Cool. Yo. Oh, what's up, Grim? How you doing, dude? Grim, dude. Hey, what's up, dude? How's Houston, man?
What's up?
It's alright.
We got
I
a.
didn't know whether to talk or not because you were on
What's up?
you're on this. I don't know. what
I'm
this
on.
is.
I'm on Twitch. Well, we're on a live stream here. We have this is our Golden Hour podcast. It's the one where we have special guests and you answer questions, or you ask questions.
Oh, I remember reading about that, but I
Yes.
never actually like joined. once.
Okay, welcome, Grim. Yeah, Grim's been in the server for a while. I've seen Grim from grow a lot. When did you first get in the server, Grim? When you were 14, probably, right?
I think it was September 2021.
2021. So yeah, wow, yeah,
Right
you've
on.
almost been here 3 years, and I've seen Grim grow from being quite a problem child to being a very upstanding citizen. Hopefully, we're gonna get you to go to college at some point. Yeah.
There we go.
Grim, actually, it's actually I wasn't kind of you were mentioned in the chat at some point. So Jess is she's a therapist, so she helps people with like emotional stuff and whatnot. Do you have any questions for Jess? You always ask me things sometimes, and I'm not like capable to like answer you dogs sometimes. But do you have any questions you want to ask Jess? Like just off the cuff. There's no like no one's gonna send you to jail type thing.
Sir?
Well, okay, but it's got to be kind of like clean because we're on Twitch, please. Yeah, be a little responsible, please.
I'm
But if
thinking
you want to
of
talk,
questions.
if you want to talk about like depression or like
Anxiety,
relationships, girlfriends,
stressors.
cutting yourself, I don't know, just whatever you want to talk about. I don't care.
Don't worry. I'm good. I'm actually happy.
You're actually happy. That's good. Good to hear,
There we
dude.
go.
What do you think changed? Because I know you were going
Yeah.
through a rough period like a couple months ago. What changed for you, Grim?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just stopped I stopped doing less.
Stop doing less.
Yeah.
What does stopped doing less mean?
So basically, I fractured my hand, so I haven't been working. So that's helped me like take a mental break.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. Yeah, because you were being kind of like worked in a lot. You were being overworked in class. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've also done less smoking and shit.
Okay,
There
good.
we
Less
go.
smoking.
Yes.
I've been smoking less and less.
That's good, man.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, substances can be kind of a crutch, for sure. Especially like we were talking about that. You're kind of like numbing yourself out to not feel the full weight of what's going on in your life.
Yeah, and weed can postpone and multiply anxiety.
Oh, interesting. They're always like talking about how like weed is good for anxiety. Like I don't know. It's a typical thing where like some people
yeah,
are trying to make
short
money.
term.
Short
It's
term.
like it's more of a factor that like people use it to run away and don't face it, which comes back later as like more.
That's right.
Yeah. So he's very smart for
Yeah,
17
so
years
all that wisdom.
You're very smart for your age, Grim. I'd say the whole Gen Z is a lot more in touch with like emotions, I think, and like mental health. I think my generation went on, especially my parents' generation's like something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like
We're just each generation just getting more and more in touch
Mhm.
with their emotions.
Yeah. That's great. Nice. Good.
Groovy.
Groovy. Let me see if we got any more questions on
Do I get a bone coin for that?
I'll give you one, dude. You're good, dude.
That is a
dude.
great sound.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure at least 40% of SAMO students smoke weed, especially in California.
More than that.
Yeah. What would you guess the
Yeah.
percentage of kids
Bro,
at your high school that
Let
smoked
me tell you
weed?
something.
Yeah, let's hear
Last week,
What's
in
up, Grim?
6th grade, there was this stupid ass 6th grader. I don't even know how he got a hold of them,
Oh.
but he was caught with a whole Ziploc bag full of perks.
Oh,
Perks, like
no.
Percocets?
Yes.
How do you know
He
what
was
Percocets are, dude? You're way too young to know what Percocets are. What?
They're just learning everything quicker and quicker.
Yeah, they are. Oh, did you want another one? I have another one.
Oh,
here.
yes, I will.
There you go.
Well, thank
Yes,
you.
we've been doing a lot of La Croix today. Yes, there you go. Sometimes, so Penn Center knows I drink whiskey with him. Sometimes when we talk, like we're drinking the healthy thing.
Yeah, we're just doing straight La Croix today.
Yeah, cheersies.
It's cheersies. There we go.
Peach Tea says, what are your thoughts on generational trauma?
Ooh.
Yes, generational trauma. Good one.
Yes. So many thoughts. Okay. So I think we talked about this earlier. So epigenetics informs how intergenerational trauma happens. So let's say mom is having a stressful pregnancy.
Ooh, okay.
Certain genes are going to turn on because what is being communicated to the
placenta.
yeah,
or
the placenta, the knee.
the
It's getting late.
the little baby.
Yes,
the little baby. Yeah.
So what's being communicated is that the baby is being born into a stressful environment. So we need to make that baby more prone to be hyper vigilant to know if and anticipate fear. So that's how mom's stressful life circumstances are being passed down automatically.
Oh,
to
just literally through the. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Right.
through genetics.
Oh, okay, wow.
And so certain genes are turned on. The good news is, as one does the healing work, we can turn those genes off and not pass them down.
Okay, and then stop the generational trauma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So an intergenerational trauma can also occur explicitly, implicitly. What are your parents' limiting beliefs due to their pain, shame, and programming that are being projected onto you, being modeled, and inform your inner dialogue or worldview? Yeah, that's
a lot. We got a good one from Ooze Goober. I've suffered depression for 15 years. I'm a 52-year-old man. Learning critical thinking errors that my thoughts aren't me. Emotions may not be real. Gotta test your thoughts. Gotta run. Thought I'd say. Oh, cool.
Yeah, so from a somatic experiencing perspective, depression is nervous system dysregulation in a hypo-aroused state. So doing things to stabilize, the simple things will save our lives, truly. Eating well, fresh air, sunshine, exercise, all the things we know. Okay, so a lot of times my clients, like, they know all the things that they need to
but you just have
do.
to hear it again. Yeah.
And also, there could be a blocking belief as to why they're not taking that action. And a lot of times it's like, I'm not worthy of taking care of myself.
Oh, interesting.
So this is subconsciously looping, so people won't do things that are good for them because our beliefs need to be right.
Oh, I see. Like, I'm not worth it. Like,
I'm not worth
like,
it.
my body's not a temple. My body is trash. Like, it doesn't deserve nice things.
And so it's really getting to the root of what is the core belief that is informing and governing certain behaviors that might keep us stuck in that depressed or hypo-aroused state.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I see that a lot with.
I always hear this thing of you need to just love yourself. You need to just love yourself. Like, you can't be with someone until you be with yourself and blah, blah. But then I see the conflicting things of you'll never be perfect, right? So and that relationship should be two imperfect people trying to grow together, I guess.
Yes,
I don't know.
We're always growing. With self-love, it's like, what is that even? A way that seems practical for me and my clients is not to criticize yourself.
Okay.
Maybe just neutrality is a place to start if self-love seems like a stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not criticize yourself. And if you do criticize yourself, intentionally think something kinder. What would Gio say to you in that moment, or a friend? Kind of embody that dialogue.
I see.
Because then neurons that wire together fire together.
Ooh, I like that. There's another Jess quote.
So if you start to bring in, because remember, your first thought is automatic, negative, you're not responsible for that. If you intentionally bring in a kinder thought, we can retrain ourselves to have just kind of a nicer inner dialogue. Sometimes I'll have a nice thought. I'm like, where did that come from? So this takes repetition.
Ooze Goober says, what do you say? I have two wonderful young men. I reminded myself last week that I treated them better than I've ever treated myself. Thanks again. Yeah. Awesome. Good job for you,
there we
dude.
go.
That's dope.
Good job breaking the generational trauma.
Yeah. Another quote. I forget who says it, but the longest distance is from the head to the heart.
Ooh.
And that's why it's easier to see the positive qualities in others and ourselves.
Oh, the whole comparison thing. Yeah.
Yes, unlearning.
Nice. What did it say? Sam says, went through depression when I was at the end of middle school because during COVID, my parents moved us to Germany for 2 years and I practically lost all my friends. Yeah, that can be.
Oh, yeah. No, that's really tough.
And didn't make any new ones there. And once I got back, I had a hard time making new friends. I still am connected with those old middle school friends. Yeah.
Yeah, so moving for kids, especially if it's
I moved a lot. You grew up in your same house though your entire life.
I grew up LA, born and raised from the Valley. Guess I'm a
The
Valley girl.
Baije girl. Baije girl.
Yeah, no, it's really tough for people, to, especially that middle school. Those are such informative.
You were saying
years.
you said what were you saying? The most important that defines us is from years 0 to 7.
0 to 7. That's when our core beliefs are formed, because from 0 to 7, and you'll see this in kids, they're in a theta wavelength state where they're just like a video recorder taking everything in, and it informs how they view themselves.
I see.
Yeah, and we have developmental stages, all the way till elderly, which all have like different goals. Yeah, but that's
my dad has this whole thing. He says that life is 3 phases. It's the me phase, everything's about me. Me,
that's
me,
0.
me.
Yeah, that's
right. And then there's the we
children.
phase, everything's about us, right? And then you get to what he calls the he phase, where it's like it's about something higher than you.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
so me,
that.
we, he. Yeah, so eventually you're like, okay, there's something else, because like I'm gonna die eventually, and like there better be something, 'cause otherwise it's over.
Yeah, whatever your idea is.
Danny says, earlier you two talked about people using their mental illness or trauma as a badge of honor, as a permanent feature of their personality. Any tips on how a concerned friend might tell them, hey, you may be self-sabotaging and hurting your ability to heal? I like that. That's a really good question, Danny.
It is. So, first, I would bring that up to them in like a question way, like instead of like you're doing this, like, oh, I notice you do this. It's like, so in psychology, they'll call it a secondary gain. So a secondary gain for someone having depression might be, oh, I don't have to take on as much responsibility because I'm so depressed. And that can reinforce, this is all unconscious, of course.
Yeah.
It reinforces their depression because part of them does not want to take on all that responsibility due to fear or whatever
It's a
it
scapegoat.
is.
You're just like, oh, this is why.
It's a way to protect themselves by identifying with that diagnosis and a badge of honor. And they probably, or they may not have other sources of self-esteem.
And I think also community, right? When you're like, oh, I have this, so I belong to this community of people that also do this.
Exactly.
But it's like, well, we could just work on ourselves. But everyone kind of wants the easy way out, right? No one wants the hard thing.
Exactly.
You get comfortable in your illnesses. Yeah. What is that called? Munchausen's syndrome or something?
Oh, the Munchausen.
Is that Munchausen? Is that where like you tell someone they're sick and then they believe they're sick?
Or someone gets a gain by you being sick.
Oh.
Or that might be Munchausen.
There's also.
By proxy.
Oh, yeah.
By proxy.
Munchausen by proxy,
Yeah.
is what it is? Oh, well.
Oh, yes. So parents want to keep this is unconscious too, their kids sick because they see it like, oh, it's their source of self-esteem by taking care of their kid. So if their kid isn't sick, it's like, who am I if I'm not taking care of?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so messed up.
I know,
it's so messed up.
I know.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have too many weird things in life, dude.
I know.
What the hell?
I agree.
Let's see. Y839 says, do you as a therapist work with someone on beliefs?
Oh,
How would you
yes.
help them adjust generalizations about themselves or the world that are not helpful?
Yes, beliefs. That's some of the main work I do. So EMDR, we work with that, and so with changing our beliefs. Okay, a belief is a repeated thought pattern. Okay. So if we change our thoughts, we can change our beliefs. But this needs to occur in a meditative state. That's how we access the subconscious. We can talk about how we want our beliefs to change to the cows come home, but until we incorporate the subconscious and the somatic, then we'll kind of just be looping.
I see.
Yeah.
You think you're dealing with it, but you're not.
Exactly.
I guess meditation's nice because you're taking all the distractors out,
Yes.
right? And you're like, okay, now I can really get to. It's hard to work on a highway when you got a bunch of cars driving on it. You can't fix the highway.
100%. And also, the cleaning crew can't come in the building if everyone's still in the building.
Yeah, right. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. So when you meditate, you give an opportunity for the cleaning crew to come in.
Oh, that's great. Nice. For Rizon says, question: I've had social anxiety in the past, and I still have it up to some extent. I've noticed even recently I have social anxiety, but my coping mechanism is grabbing another drink. I'm just like, well, I'll be fine then,
Well, that's so normalized.
Yeah.
That was
Yes,
my
sir.
story.
Yeah, Grimmy says, yes, sir, Modelo.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's my second coping mechanism after.
Sorry.
I feel like it's leading to more problems like depression because I have a very hard time making friends. How can I overcome social anxiety and feel
Yes.
included in society? That's a really great question,
it
Verizon.
is. So it's first starting with something that's low stakes. So that might be this, engaging with people that they don't have to see you, you don't have to see them, start to build a connection and some exposure too. It's like talking to someone in class or just talking more with people you feel comfortable with. I think, can we go back to that chart?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go back to the chart.
Because this is, social anxiety is caused by a feeling of unsafety. So we'll go to window of tolerance. So your window of tolerance, this is something that takes time to build, resourcing. So this is your parasympathetic nervous system, ventral vagal social engagement. So this is your optimal arousal zone, thriving in connection mode, regulation, safe. If we're not in our window, it's going to be really hard to try to connect with somebody, approach somebody. And so it takes some grounding, some feeling comfortable in your own skin. May that be positive self-talk, grounding techniques, exercise before you talk to somebody.
Ooh, I like the exercise. Yeah, that's a good one. I did that today. I went to the gym before my interview. I was like, had a job interview today, and I was like, my friend was like, "Oh, you want to go hit the gym?" I was like, "Sure."
Perfect. What was the job interview?
It was for it was a video creator role for IXL.
Can I say something?
What's up, Graham? What do you want to say, dude?
I feel like people who have social anxiety and feel unsafe. I feel like that's because they don't like communicate with people much often.
Okay.
So they're not used to it.
I agree. And I think that's a big thing with your generation, especially with COVID and everyone going online and whatnot. I saw this a lot with students, is that like y'all were suddenly thrown into this we can only interact with people on Discord or Xbox Live. And it's such a critical point in their lives too, right? Like being a teenager, being able to form that ability to make friends and connections just got thrown out of whack.
It's so true. Yes. It's a muscle. And if we don't practice those social skills, then it'll be more difficult. We might feel more awkward. So it's like one of those things, like the chicken or the egg. Like which came first? Was I not practicing engaging, or was I not engaging because I didn't feel safe?
Right.
And if we don't feel safe, there could be internalized some belief from childhood, low self-esteem, fear of rejection. Not good enoughness, or there could be a lot of things of that flavor looping.
I have a Pipple says, I low-key liked COVID. I cheated on all my tests. Easiest A's of all my life.
Oh my god.
See, unfortunately, Pitbull, dude, this is going to come back and screw you, though, because the problem is that, yes, you don't have the foundation. And I see this a lot with the students I work at. The student I was just working with before this, right? Yeah, I'm trying to teach them, like, exponents and whatever, but they think 4 times 4 is 8. And I'm like, oh man, like I'm just like, oh, we don't understand basic multiplication, and like I'm trying to teach you an algebra 2 class. It's because yes, those tests you cheated on, you kind of needed. I agree. If it's a history class or something, yeah, who cares? You didn't really need that. Whatever, you could have cheated on that. Who cares? But like with math, especially not. No.
Math, forget it.
If you cheated on math, it's everything builds on itself. Yeah. Danny says, I got to head to bed, so I just want to say thanks for having this guest, and thanks for answering my questions. Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Danny.
Last one. If you could just give one single piece of advice to everyone on Earth and you knew who they would try to follow as you intended, what advice would you give? Yeah.
Oh, I think...
One piece of advice.
Yes. To remember how powerful you are. How
I like
powerful you are in moving towards your desires, your goals, just whatever you want in life. Like, it's achievable for you. That desire was placed on your heart for a reason. So it's a lot of removing the blocks that are keeping you from fully embodying that.
I see. The limiting beliefs. Yeah.
Yes.
Remember, I like to say, like, remember you are the source.
Ooh, yes, you are the source. I like that.
A lot of times I feel like, oh, these people want this for me, these people want this for me, and it's like stressful, and I feel like I'm at bandwidth and like I don't have enough. And then I have to remember, like, wait a minute, hold on, like I am the source. This actually comes from Nico, is actually the one that told me about this one. But yeah, it really helps to be like, I am the source, I am great, I am awesome. Let me just do me. It's okay.
Exactly. Like, where can you be your own hype person a little bit? And
yeah, keep doing it, Danny. Great questions, Danny. I appreciated your questions, Danny. Appreciate that. See, peach tea. Feel like I'm constantly on anxiety mode, but it's pretty good lately. Sometimes it's just like a low refrigerator hum in the background.
Ooh, okay, this is a good segue for the next
thing?
So we're gonna go up to hyper arousal.
Hyper arousal. Okay, like the
Yes.
little. And it says, I wouldn't say it comes from a lack of communication because there's times I talk with people and have fun, but there's always this third personization of myself.
Yes. So from a somatic perspective, we're talking about the nervous system. We have the gas and the brake. You're stuck on the gas, which is this hyper arousal, which is anxiety. So we have sympathetic nervous system. It's fight or flight, survival, protection mode. It might not be to the effect of no care for consequences, screaming, explosive, but there is a flavor of hyper arousal. That's what anxiety is. Part of us, we're stuck on the gas pedal. Yeah, and so that will seem like a way to...
So you gotta get off the gas pedal? What do? Just like take the gas off, be like, all right, let's...
So, yeah, things like engage in behaviors that demand activity, friendly competition, excitement, exercise, play.
Yes.
So something to release, preferably like movement-oriented. The thing about anxiety is we need to be just as persistent as the anxiety and coping with it. I didn't like hearing that when my therapist told me that. But in another way...
Never give up, never walk.
Never give up, Grim. You got it.
Yeah, and what is there a limiting belief there that is driving this kind of hum or anxiety?
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Y3. You're totally great. Yes, thanks, Jessica. Yeah, Gigi.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe.
Nick wants to get on the stage. Do I let him?
Yeah, let Nick on the stage. It's okay. As long as he says something. Yeah, Nick's okay. Yeah, I have like certain students like I trust to be responsible on a Twitch stream. You know what's interesting about the anxiety? My sister had this actually. She was calling my mom and she says, I drank too much coffee. I have way too much anxiety. I feel like I'm going to throw up and blah,
that
blah, blah.
happens to me sometimes.
Yeah, you love coffee.
Yeah,
I'm a coffee fiend too.
Slow my roll.
Slow my roll.
Yeah,
Like,
the cold brew, man.
the cold, yeah, that'll get you. Like, what?
Delicious, though.
It is so good. Especially the cold foam with the sweet cream.
Nitro.
I know.
Oh, man, Groundworks Nitro cold brew.
It will fuck you up.
Oh, party.
But I told her, I was like, because she was saying, what do I do, Mom? What do I do, Mom? And I told her, I'm like, go for a run. Like, go exercise. Flush the system.
You gotta move. You gotta move the body. You gotta release that activation. Yes.
But okay, yeah. Nice. What was this? I think it's def humbling experience when you realize how effective you are in the world, like how much agency you have in doing. But yes, exactly. Empowering.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yes. This other quote I like.
What's it? Yeah, we got another quote.
Those who say I can and I can't are both right.
Oh, whoa! I like that one. I'm gonna write that one down. Sorry, because I'm gonna use that one. Who say?
That just shows how powerful the mind is. If you say I can't, your subconscious is listening. And it will confirm that.
It'll believe it.
You know, you just gotta know how your mind works.
Yes.
You gotta trick it in positive ways.
All right, let's see. We got another one. Says, I'm stressed out during these next months. I'm in soccer and I have to balance out my schoolwork with soccer after I'm back from practice. Then I have to go do so much homework, so I'm burnt out. And I just want to sleep. I'm falling back in classes. Is there a way to manage my stress and calm down? Yeah. I'd say, like, stop playing soccer.
Yeah, I know. It's tough because probably soccer is something he's into.
Yeah,
and
or his teammates, he'd be letting him down,
Yeah. Well, you know, I really admire people who take on sports and school. I did not have that in me.
Yeah.
So you're you're already killing it.
Yeah.
So, oh man, gotta prioritize. I find making a list goes a long way. What do you need to do today? Stay in today. And so ways to stress and calm down. We would do some voos. Was he here when we did the voos?
Yeah, were you here when we did the voos, QV?
Yeah, just make it.
I love that. It just vibrates your brain.
Yeah, I do 5 in a row, and I'm like, woo.
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Very calming. Yeah, so some voos, do some grounding, just do a little bit, oh man, yoga.
I only just started getting into yoga this year. In the last year.
Yeah, and it's not about stretching the furthest. No. Yoga means unity to breath to movement. this is how we de-stress.
That's actually so I've started reaching that and this has been my next step in yoga is that I actually listen to the teacher when she says breath in, breath out.
Good,
Because it used to be like I'm
yes.
just like panting as much as I can to get from like down dog to like
Yes.
warrior one. But now I'm like, oh, breath in for this, breath out for this. I'm like, oh, there is a flow to it.
It's all about the transitions.
Yes. That's the
Yes.
vinyasa, I think is what they call it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
The flow.
Yeah, man, there was this one time, this one yoga class when I was like 20, and there was this one pose where we have our hand down and the other one's up, and you're not supposed to put your hand all the way down if it's going to throw off your alignment.
Okay.
And the instructor's like, those who put their hand all the way down to the bottom are the ones that go all the way down to the bottle. I was like, oh
Wow,
no.
this is triggering.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Yeah, so he's just talking about like ego, like
Yes.
it needing to look a certain way, but it's just breath to movement. Yeah.
Not your friend said, I had to ditch sports too because personally I can't keep up with the studies like that. Yeah. You know, I had a similar thing. So when I was high school, I played the cello, so I wanted to be in orchestra.
Ooh.
I also liked to run, so I was on cross country, but then I was also in like 5 AP classes.
Oh my
Yeah,
word.
so I took a lot. It was a lot. And actually, I couldn't do the cross country or the orchestra as an actual class. I had to do those like outside of because I didn't have enough slots up because I was taking so many APs. So I had to come in. I couldn't have like a period in my day for cross country or a period for orchestra.
Can't have a period.
No, I can't have it. But yeah, I probably was stretching myself out a bit much. And so, yeah, if sports are taking away from your academics, you have to decide what's more important for you. You obviously know what I'm going to say is more important. Yeah, it's your academics. You know,
Yes.
sports are cool and whatnot. Yes, great.
yeah.
But
Good response.
the body only works for so long. The brain works forever, hopefully. I mean,
Ooh, yeah.
you know, like eventually with sports after like, I don't know. Even I had Alex on, actually, he was my second podcast, and he's a professional soccer player, and he talks about how like after like 22, 23, like you're done in soccer, like you're old news. And so imagine, you know, putting all that sacrifice into your grades to become good at soccer, and then by 23 you just get cut, and then you're just like, oh, I can't go back to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can go back to school.
You could,
too.
but it's harder.
It's a transition,
Yeah, it is.
certainly. Yeah, it's never too late.
Yeah. Never too late. Oh, wait, did I let? Oh, yeah, QB here. QB, you can come up and speak. Oh, okay, good. What's up, QB? He was the one that asked about the soccer.
Okay.
Is your mic working? Let me see. One sec. Yeah, I have you up. There you go, QB. If you want to say something, QB, just interject. You're good. Nick says, I haven't been next to a kid in school for over. Oh, what's up, QB? Yeah, good. What's up, dude?
Yeah. So, I'm a sophomore right now in high school.
Cool.
And I'm in JV right now. So there's C team, JV, and varsity. So soccer is probably my main thing in school. But I also don't want to fall back in studies because I'm trying to get scholarships for soccer.
Right on.
And maybe go to a school. Probably
Yeah.
like D3, D1 maybe if I can.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a great
But I
thing.
also need good
Well, go on, sorry. Go on. You're good.
Yeah, but I also need good grades. I'm in really good classes right now, and I'm passing most of them, except for like a few right now. That I'm
Which ones
struggling
aren't?
with.
Which ones are you not passing? Which ones are you not passing, dude?
There's chemistry.
Okay. I teach a lot of chemistry.
man.
I teach a lot of chemistry, bud.
Was a doozy.
And for now, calc.
Okay.
But calc should be easy.
Good. Yeah. Well, again, and so that's what we do here on this Discord, man. QB is we give you the resources. Like I do free tutoring 3 times a week. You know, if you can.
Yeah, but
What's up?
no, because I try to show up, but the thing is, my soccer practices are right after school. And that's when I'm
See.
off.
I was afraid he was gonna say that.
Yeah, that's always that's the sports coming in the way, right? It's like I want to help you with math and science, but he's got to go to soccer practice. Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah, you know, I've thought about this, QB. So QB, if for instance, if I were to do a stream later, would you be able to make it, or would you be burnt out from practice?
I'll probably be able to make it.
Okay.
Damn, look at you,
Yeah,
Gio.
maybe I should do that. Yeah. Well, I've always again. So like one of my big ideas. So also, do you know there are a bunch of other math streamers, right? That help out with math and stuff, just besides me, right? Do you know those guys?
Not really.
Okay. So I've tagged you there, and then anyone else in the Discord that, or sorry, in the Twitch that wants to know. Yes, there you go. Thank you, the Chads. Yes, dude. Yes, the Chads. Yes, I also have that command. I think has even more people on it. But yes, so we have a whole conglomerate of other like-minded people who want to give back and teach math and science for free on Twitch. If I'm not online, check if any of these, follow all these guys, and you'll see if they're online. A lot of them do answer questions, that you have. So, you have the resources and stuff. If you feel like soccer is taking too much time for you, it is maybe time to have those, discussions of like, okay, what's more important? Because you can be great at soccer, but if you're failing your classes, you won't get scholarships, right?
Yes.
It's a zero-sum game at there. You don't get, you're not going to get,
Yes.
yeah. So I would definitely go for the grades if you can, or maybe doesn't your soccer team have tutors? Usually they do that. Like the soccer team wants you to pass, so they have some sort of help for you on the team. Do they not?
No, but we have something like we have to pass 6 out of each 7 classes to play.
All right. Well, maybe tell your coach. Be like, hey, if you want me to keep playing, I can only come to 2 practices this week because I need to meet with my tutor, and whatever. Feel free to name drop me. I'm happy to like call coaches. I tell this to kids. I'm like, if one of the kids is like, my whatever is not letting me in this, I'm like, give me the fucking phone number. I'll call.
There
him.
we go.
I'll be like, tell them I'm your private tutor. I'll call them and I'll tell them.
And communication as soon as possible. So don't wait till like you're really slipping and they're like, it's too late in the semester, whatever it is. Start talking to your teachers and or your coach like, as soon as you can.
Yeah. Before it's too late. It's not too late. It's never too late. There's always still time, but you're
it'll just increase your odds.
And it's very smart of you to address that problem for yourself now. I think a lot of people don't even notice a problem, they don't even address it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice, QB. I hope that helps. Yeah, let me know, QB, what times would work best for you, and I may add another stream at a certain time.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, dude. All right. Yeah, how you doing? You've been here for a lot. 2 hours and 40.
A little loopy.
Okay, let's do like 1 or 2 more questions. We'll wrap it.
It's
because it's been 2 hours and 45 minutes. Okay.
Oh my god, went by so fast.
I know, doesn't it? It's the best. I love it.
Fun. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone in the Twitch, for
you.
joining, asking questions. We've had a really fun time
fam.
here. Yeah, Twitch fam. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Nick. Nick, I might make you the last question here. Okay. I haven't been next to a kid in school for over 3 years because I have been online and me going to trade school in person, and I'm a bit scared because I just don't know how to talk to anyone anymore. Oh, okay. What advice do you have for them?
Yeah, so it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to take building up that muscle again to feel comfortable communicating with other people, and things that help you feel safe, things that help you regulate your nervous system. So just not overthinking like what you say too much. People, they're usually thinking about themselves. They're not like thinking
I saw a great
much.
graph where it's like when you mess up what you think about it, what other people think about it, what you think other people think about it. It's huge.
Yes. No, that's great. Exactly. That's the principle. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Keep it light and polite, with new people, and just because it's going to take time for you to feel comfortable in your nervous system. That's what we need in order to connect.
Yeah. And another great thing, Nick. I mean, Nick, do you want to speak? I mean, you're in the voice chat. Do you want to say things? You can. I mean, this is a great way for you to practice talking to people.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
We have this Discord for a reason. There's a community,
And it's low stakes.
Yeah, right. I don't,
You're with the fam.
Yeah, you're with the fam. No one knows your face and whatnot. That's what I always say. It's just like
it's gonna be exposure. It's about being a little uncomfortable, and then you seeing like, I'm okay, I can settle back into my system, and I can do it again. Exactly. Okay.
Cool.
No
Or
problem.
whatever could. Yeah, you're good. You'll make it, Nick.
Right on.
Yeah, we're here to
like
foster it.
the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pushing past the growth edge.
Yes. You gotta pass the comfort zone. Okay. All right. If that's the last, so another thing I do here on the stream is that anyone who submitted questions beforehand, I have you pick. Oh, thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah,
Thank
nice,
you.
Nick. Yeah, I have you pick which question you thought you liked the best.
Ooh.
And if there are a couple contenders you like,
Okay.
then I can put them into a spinning wheel, but someone gets a prize based on like
that's so fun.
which question you like the best.
I love that. So let me peruse a little bit. Let's see.
It's not all the questions, but it's the ones that people submitted ahead of time. I give rewards if you are proactive.
Okay. Love that. Okay. So I'm conflicted because this one's very lengthy.
Yeah.
Really solid
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. You gotta. Yeah, some kids do try to game it by putting in like ChatGPT questions. Yeah. So
that's
whichever one
funny.
that you like.
Yeah. Let's see.
And then if it's any of the anonymous ones, you can say that too, because then I can figure out who sent it.
I'm leaning towards this person. Like, how do I
Stop addictions for stuff?
I feel like they're really trying to gain some information, and it's courage to ask that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Last minute,
Vulnerability.
20-second question. Quick question on thoughts on gifted child syndrome. Maybe I had gifted child syndrome. I thought I was a gifted child. I'm the golden child. My family was calling me the golden child before I became the golden child. Yes. They used to call me the golden because I'm the only boy. I'm the oldest. They're like, I'm the prince. I'm the golden child. I literally became the golden child.
Gifted child. So this can create a lot of pressure on someone, and it's like the parents' source of feeling good about themselves is dependent on how good the child is. So, this goes back to intergenerational trauma. And, gifted kids get so burnt out.
You know why they get burnt out? I saw an interesting video on this. It's because kids who are gifted don't have to study, like, for the majority of their educational career, right? Like, for K through 12, whatever, they're gifted. They just get everything. It all comes naturally, right?
Okay.
But because of this, they get kind of, like, shot in the foot because then they don't learn how to study for harder things. And so then they get kind of screwed once they hit college because they never had to study for a test.
I didn't know that.
They didn't know how to do it. Yeah, and it goes back to, like, if a kid is gifted and school doesn't provide that gifted child with, like, an opportunity to learn more, they get bored.
Yes.
And then they just don't develop like study skills.
So it's this process of differentiation. So that means individuating, becoming our own person outside of how our parents see us. Yeah, that takes a lot of time.
It says like everyone tells you you're the best. It's very smart at school, and then you grow up, dude. Bro, I have such a relationship to that because like, man, dude, I can't tell you enough. Like, I just constantly got told by all my aunts and uncles and everything of like, you're going to be so great. You're so smart. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be like, wow, you're a PhD in physics. You're going to save the world. And I'm just
you
like.
You are saving the world.
But it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Just be where you're at. No, you
Natural
are.
talent basically cripples work ethic. I lied. I never left. Daddy, an old man turned 98. Yes. Okay. Elena Moore said, we'll look at that too. Okay, cool. All right, it's been almost 3 hours, so let's say thank you to Jessica Roux here for an awesome anime podcast. The first live one we've had. You're my first live guest I've had here.
I hope it's not the last.
Yeah, that's super dope.
Yeah, this was great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope to do many more of these. I always say I'm so blessed and lucky to have so many cool, like, friends in my life like you. And so I want to use this to try to like bring that with more of an audience, more of the people.
We can just spread awareness, destigmatize, normalize, validate, all that jazz.
Yes, Penn Center next time, dude. IRL bourbon, dude. Come in for some IRL bourbon. Yes. Okay, awesome.
That's so much fun.
Okay. Oh, good. If people want to reach you later, is there how if people want to keep asking you questions, how should they do that?
Yeah,
is there a way?
Instagram, you want to plug that.
Yeah, let's plug your Instagram.
I use it for professional.
Okay, let's plug your Instagram.
Yeah, and if you want to work with me, you can go through Psychology Today.
Was it Jessica? Mm-hmm. Do I have you?
I have 3 S's, I think.
Yeah, 3 S's? Okay, here you go. Yes, this is Jess's Instagram. So,
yes,
be nice in her DMs, please, for me, you boys. I gotta no sending pics. Thank you. But yeah.
I love questions.
Yes, if you ever want to like contact Jess and whatnot, please do. Time to slide.
So funny.
She has a very nice boyfriend. His name is Christian. We love him.
Yeah, we love Christian.
We love Christian.
He's good peeps.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, feel free to get in touch with her.
You are awesome.
Yeah, I hope to have more awesome guests such as yourself. You're so great. Thank you again so much for being here, Jess.
Feeling so grateful. That was fun.
All right, our next stream is going to be on Monday for office hours. That is going to be at 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to come on by, get help with math and science homework, please do.
Math and science.
Otherwise, enjoy the weekend.
Ooh,
the weekend's coming up. Yeah,
the weekend's coming up.
coming up. I'm going to Vegas, so I won't be able to stream this weekend. But yes, have an amazing day. Is there a professional site? Yes. One sec. Let me get that for you.
Yeah, Psychology
where's the psychology
Today.
today? Psychology
Yes.
Today.
That's usually how clients find me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Do you do online stuff as well?
I do virtual, yes. If you are in California and if you want to do in person, I'm in Santa Monica.
There you go. Contact. There's a
West
phone number
LA.
too.
Yeah, it's a rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Yeah, you can learn more about Jess. Okay.
Yeah, thanks guys.
All right. Have an awesome rest of your Thursday, guys.
Yeah.
We will see you on Monday.
There we go.
Peace.